All right, our audio's up. You ready to go live?
Let's do it live.
All righty. Felicia, your voice got deep.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. A little bit of a rocky start today, but hi. Welcome to the Odin Makes Monday live stream. I'm Odin.
I'm Felicia. Joe.
And, yes. And today we're going to be continuing the live stream. So the immediate question that everyone I'm sure is going to ask is, where's Felicia? You took your thing off. I could have called you Laura Croft.
I know, I'm right.
Well, honestly, yesterday, Felicia and I met up at the State Fair. And so the California State Fair is happening currently in California. Convenient. And I actually got a nighttime gig where I get to go and do switching for the video feeds at the State Fair concerts at the main stage. If you go to a concert, you got, what's happening on stage, and either side there's a giant video wall. I'm in charge of operating the robot cameras, guiding the one-man camera, and then choosing what shot we're using. It's actually a lot of fun. And it's a paid gig, which is a huge bonus. She was there. We met up. We talked for a while. I only talked to Felicia, which is good, because when Felicia got home, she found out that some of the people there around tested positive, so she's got a COVID scare. Oh, currently, everyone in Felicia's family is fine. They're all testing negative, so should be all good and fine. But it is a scare, and so we're just playing it safe. And Felicia decided not to come in today because it's too quick.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Joe's going to give me a hand today, and then otherwise it's been a Monday. Hey, how's it going, everyone? We do have a few people that popped in already, which is really cool. Lee is Breathwaite. I always say is Breathwaite. Poor Lee, Geek Pride. Poor Lee, I'm always pronouncing his name horribly wrong, but he's used to us Americans butchering his last name, so he takes it in stride.
Better you butchering it than me, so I'm not even going to try.
That's probably wise. But if you see Lee, just Geek Pride, that's fine, because that's his podcast that we have yet to appear on. Because he does, it's a Sacramento Geek Pride podcast, and one of the things he does is hotter and hotter food challenges. And he keeps talking about trying to do one-chip challenges and how to up the one-chip challenge. And apparently most of his friends don't want to play with him anymore. It's like, I want to play.
I think you would do very, very well.
I want to play. It would be really interesting if I have to call Mercy at something. That would be kind of cool. But
that would.
We've already talked, and I think Lee is beyond me, because I got to a point where I quit eating stuff just because it was flaming hot, because it didn't have any flavor anymore.
What is the hottest thing you've ever eaten?
I've eaten habaneros, fresh habaneros straight, which isn't that hot, right? I'm not sure. There was a point in time when I was at, what are the condos called before it was called Silicon in San Jose? And all of us went to a place called Smoke Eaters. And they build it. The friends that I went with were building it up as, the last time I went, I ended up in the emergency room. It's like, hell yeah, I want to go eat here. I asked for more hot sauce because what they gave me was kind of bland, but the second one down had mustard in it, so it had a better flavor.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, love hot stuff.
Yeah. If you've got a hot sauce and you think it is like the hottest stuff on Earth, and you want to send Odin to it, or send Odin a little bit of it, you can do that. We've got a P.O. box.
We've got a P.O. box, yep. It's right in the description of the thing. All of you know that, because right now we're just talking to all of our lovely patrons.
Right, we trust the patrons.
So hello, everyone in the future who isn't actually watching live now, and possibly Ryobi, who I also secretly sent a link to, because we're all good friends with Ryobi too, or Ryobi. I'm really not sure.
Ryobi,
I got corrected.
Ryobi.
Yeah, I've been calling it Ryobi forever.
That's what I call it,
because
too.
RY is always was Ry in
right.
video games, you know, or it's also Ryu, right? So I don't know which one it is, so I want someone official to correct me.
Does Ryobi make a hot sauce they can send you?
Oh, that'd be awesome. You know what we really need to do? Felicia and I talked about it in a stream a while ago, and this is like an upcoming project that we probably should do. It would be great fun to do like a power glove or like some sort of tool lifting, crushing hand glove thing that looks like a Ryobi tool that uses one of their batteries to power the electronics on it.
Right? That kind of sounds like Vi's gauntlet from Arcane.
Kind of, yeah, but it doesn't have to be quite. I was thinking more like the Doom Fist from Overwatch or the Power Loader hands, something very tool-like.
Right.
Yeah, not quite.
That sounds like it'd be fun.
I think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was something that came up, and one of those things that as time goes by, I often forget about. Yeah, because I get centered on, I got to make the new Marvel thing, and so I forget about these other ideas. But I do have a list somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's on a spreadsheet somewhere.
Yanolith is happy to see that Lee isn't in the area in the chat as all. Yanolith says, hey, glad to see you, Joe.
Glad to see you as well.
Steve D, who was nice enough to shorten his name from Steve Deitch, because we can never pronounce his name right, says, evening all, because Steve's coming to us from Europe. Hello, Steve.
Hey, Steve, I still remember you murdering me on Friday.
Oh, God, that's fun.
That was such a great time.
Joe, thank you for hosting and being in charge of the Friday game so I can just play.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Yeah, absolutely.
Lee says this weekend we filmed the Hot Ones Pringles. Shockingly spicy for commercial chips.
Oh.
Nice to hear. Yeah, there's a channel called Hot Ones. Have you seen this channel?
No.
It's an interview channel, and
I've heard of this.
yes.
Okay.
And you've got it's a black background, so they're in a black void. They've got a table set up between them. They have a series of hot sauces that just almost logarithmically jump in hotness between where they start and where they end up. They have their own custom, the last drop, like killer hot sauce is what they use. And they just have wings of some type, or some of the guys actually get like cauliflower instead, so it's veggie.
Okay.
And they take a bite, and then, I think they take a bite, and then the host asks a question. Mm-hmm. And then while dealing with the hot sauce, the guest has to answer.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then they move on to the next hot thing.
Right.
It's a show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
Yeah, it's a show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
Excellent.
It is a lot of fun, and a lot of celebrities are on it, and the hot sauce puts them off guard, and they're way more natural than, hey, I'm doing the thing, and I'm doing the thing, and I'm doing the press junket, and it becomes this, holy no, cry, vomit. It's a much better show.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. We need to get you on that show.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Probably wouldn't change composure for the first couple of questions, I'm sure.
Probably wouldn't. Just got some total side quest, guys. Sorry, but a shop gremlin just texted me and let me know that the Prusa board got ordered.
Oh.
One of the weird side quests that we're currently doing, and we're going to be able to do a side-by-side comparison and probably an advancement video on it. Do you guys remember the Anycubic Mega X? This is the FDM printer that I got from Anycubic, a couple years ago, and actually inspired Chloe to go out and buy one. The poor soul. Actually, it is a good printer. I'm just not a good 3D printing person. At this point, Shop Gremlin is rebuilding it. Prusa printers are all primarily 3D printed. There's some parts that aren't, but a lot of them are. So Shop Gremlin is printing up new pieces to Franken-Prusa, this Anycubic, into a Prusa. And it'll be larger than any other currently available Prusa. And apparently they finally got the motherboard in stock, and so it got ordered.
That's awesome.
Which is the most expensive part and the hardest thing to get a hold of.
Well, it's actually kind of good that that you're Franken-Prusing the Anycubic, because Chloe's did not survive.
Did not survive.
Completely. So
It did not survive the journey.
yeah, we've already had to take some screws.
Okay.
The
Well, the motherboard
uh-huh.
is coming out, so if you need a new motherboard,
The motherboard seems to be fine.
actually really
It's
good.
the
good.
the print the rail
The top X-axis trunnion is, I think, is what
Right.
it's called. What guides the print head left and right? Is
it,
the word.
something's bent on
Something's
it,
bent,
and it
okay.
is not
Potentially bent.
it's not hugging the rail.
Nope.
It is wobbly on the rail.
oh, this is the bed that moves back.
No.
That one, not
No,
that
no,
one.
this is
the
the-
one that's on the top.
On the top.
The truss.
That one may be all. So the one that goes across the top may be all spare parts. I believe we've already ordered new half-inch rails and bushings and things
So-
because the Prusa stuff was all 3D printed
Oh,
and
that's
done
amazing.
differently.
So we could
That would be fantastic.
potentially use those.
Potentially, it's
Potentially.
best. It's the next time that they're in the shop, it's best to confirm with Shop
Yep.
Gremlin.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
We will do that.
cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
But yeah. Oh, by the way, who the hell is Shock Gremlin? You actually saw their hands briefly helping paint the gore sword. And I'm thinking the next project we need to do is probably the mask that they want to wear so they can actually appear on screen more. One of the Shock Gremlin's camera shy and doesn't want to be on camera. So we're actually going to have our own Stig character, like Stig from Top Gear, the driver that's just faceless, nameless, doesn't speak.
Excellent.
Same thing.
And Shop Gremlin's a really awesome person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are on Patreon, they're already commenting on Discord, probably the only place you will hear them speak. So if you want to say something to them, go right ahead. And Shop Gremlin's also been plugging away at making OdinMakes.com work as an actual website.
Right, and it's live right now. You can navigate it and read a little bit about those of us that work with Odin and Odin himself, and it's getting plugged away.
Working on migrating all the patterns from Dropbox and broken tiny URL links to the shop on the Odin Makes site, and figuring out how to do digital download deliverables that don't require human intervention.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, that's what we're working on.
Nice.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what's happening with all that. In the meantime, hey Lee, I want to eat some hot stuff. See, they're still going back and forth on it. Iana says the only two guests on Hot Ones who withstand the hot sauces with Anthony Mackie and John Bioga. Bioga, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Boyega.
Captain America and
America and Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Captain America and a defector. Somebody who went anti-establishment and joined the terrorist rebel forces.
Right.
Yes.
Resistance.
Resistance.
Yes.
That's it.
I believe the term is rebel scum.
Rebel scum is a good term for it.
Yeah.
Remember, history is written by the victors. No. Okay, so I like the way the Empire looks. I like all the design of the uniforms, design of the ship, design. I was so happy with like Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 4 because it all took place on an Imperial base and it looked great. But I'm not down with their politics. So let me just throw that out there. I'm not an Imperial sympathizer. I just, they've got a good marketing team. Good design team.
Them and the Germans in World War II.
Yeah, I wasn't quite going to go there, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I did, so.
My favorite thing is about 15 years ago, it still happens, but about 15 years ago when Ellis and I were doing mall walking in the morning, right, for health, we just, because at the time, malls weren't all completely dead yet, and you could actually go before they opened, you could just walk around the mall and do laps. Walk by all the mannequins in the shop windows and marvel at how all the current trends were basically remakes of the German Africa Corps uniform.
Oh, wow.
And half of them were the same color. It's like everything in the express window.
Wow.
It's like, wow, that's Africa Corps, Africa Corps, Africa Corps. Well, that's actually Luftwaffe. That's actually very interesting, guys.
I have a fun fact. Did you know that the SS uniforms in World War II were designed by Hugo Boss?
I forget about that, but yes, Chloe's, in case the microphone didn't pick her up, Chloe's reminding us that the SS uniforms in World War II were actually designed by Hugo Boss. And we could also talk about IBM and how they developed databases for tracking numbers. We'll just leave it there. And Coca-Cola developed, what is it? Was it? What's the orange drink called?
Fanta.
Thank you, Fanta. I had all the wrong names in mind. Coca-Cola developed Fanta because they didn't want the Coca-Cola product in German hands, and also it was an orange drink because everything could be produced domestically within German borders, and that's actually where Fanta came from.
Yep. Oh, Volkswagen is also a...
and Volkswagen. Yes. Yep. So, anyway.
That's
History!
Your history lesson for today.
Today's Rotten History, brought to you by Rotten.com. No, don't go. I think they're dead anyway, but yeah. Any website that has a Catherine wheel for the logo, just don't go. Stephen Mills knows who the Stig was, so we need to make sure that our Stig doesn't get outed. Raven's Prop Shop actually posted the link for Odin's Makes, saying, check out our new website for all of your pattern and cosplay needs. Go to odinmakes.com. And click that donate button. Anyway.
Oh, Oh yeah, Raven's
Well,
Prop Shop.
you're already donating to us, so
Right.
thanks, guys.
Yes,
very
actually,
much.
you are. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh wow, Lee says that they have a video where he ate 10 wings covered in the Apollo hot sauce, which is the hot one's hottest hot sauce.
It's what they do the last dab for.
It's what they do the last dab for, and he said it was really tough to get through all 10.
Wow.
But yeah, so Chase Whokill is here, which is cool. Chase is a new patron. Thank you. Will Connors popped in saying hello, everyone.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
So, well, I'll wait till noon. I got one other big exciting news involving Ryobi, however I say it. Help me, Ryobi. You're my only hope. But I'll wait till noon when we go public, maybe a little afternoon, so it's actually a better announcement instead of burying it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Felicia and I have been working on Proton Packs. And
Yes.
We've gotten quite a ways on them.
And I have not watched a single one of your streams building them, so
You are a putz.
I am a putz. It's true.
So she's got a
Ooh.
master plan. And then here's where we kind of are. There's one of them.
Okay. You know what is a travesty? I still have not seen Ghostbusters Afterlife.
What?
I have not seen it, but I do want to see it. I've been wanting to see
Not only do they catch the ghost, but there's credits at the end. I've spoiled the movie for you.
it. There's credits.
There's credits.
People made this thing.
People made this thing.
All right.
So, Joe, what Felicia and I have been doing on this live stream that you have not been watching is we've been making Proton Packs based off the 1984 Ghostbusters using a pattern as developed by Chris Hubert from the Lost Wax Oz channel. For all of your steampunk and foam building needs, please go to Lost Wax Oz here on YouTube. And the Proton Pack that we're doing is actually a free pattern. He asked for a donation, so of course I donated because the pattern's amazing. It's 38 pages. The first 20 are written instructions. The
So
guy
that's what this is.
Yeah, that's what the master plan is. The
Okay.
guy put way more effort into this than I've ever put in any of my patterns. Sorry, everyone. Anyway, Chris also, or Lost Wax Oz, also was the one that was the first place I saw the concept of taking a yoga ball and shrink wrapping a piece of foam to it to make Captain America's shield.
Okay. So that's where you got the
That's
idea
where I got that
from.
idea from.
Gotcha.
And so he and I have bounced things off each other ever since.
Not balls, though.
No, just ideas
Okay.
through YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we haven't played catch with yoga balls or anything. Dude's in Canada. He could hang out with Stupid Monkey and Ben Eady, but
Yeah.
But he's an Australian in Canada. In fact, one of his videos, he scratch builds himself a surfboard so he can surf in Canada, because I guess you can do that.
They do have shores.
They do have shores.
Yeah.
Sounds freezing.
Yeah. A little cold. Yeah, a little bit cold. So, all right. So, what is the next step on these Proton Packs?
I would have to open up the destructions.
Oh.
I think the main thing that we're doing is building the bumper bar. There's this bar that goes across. Well, doing this one where you can kind of see it. There's a bar that goes across the cyclotron and down the other side.
Okay.
And it's texture that makes it look more interesting. But the idea is it is literally a bumper like on a car. So if they back up the pack into a wall or something, they don't suddenly piss off the unlicensed nuclear accelerator that's inside.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, we have LEDs, so ours are a bit safer, but it needs to look right.
That's true. So let's see here. Oh, okay.
Cyclotron pan. We did other bits. So many strips. We did so many strips.
Really cool.
Yeah, isn't it? This is insane. I'm on page 16. Here's page 17. You know, Felicia, I've been crossing things off. Page 18. Oops. What's really fun is this is the last step before to be continued. We can move on to video 2. All right, the cyclotron belt. This is where we're at. So we're on page 18, step 23. It says, check that the V-grooves allow the belt to bend enough to match the side profile of piece 62. And if so, apply glue to the V-groove on piece 60 and hold it in place until it cools. all of his instructions are written from the point of view of hot glue.
Ah, right. But we don't use hot glue.
Better living through chemistry. Well, yeah. Yeah. Hot glue is great. And I'll actually be using a lot of hot glue here very, very soon in the thing that I have not talked about yet. But, yeah.
Yeah. And hot glue has been a lifesaver for us at the cons for
Oh, yeah.
cosplay repair. So.
Which that's happening. So the very first weekend in September, we will be Odin Makes, and probably the majority of the team is going to be at SAC Anime. So it's going to be happening at the Sacramento Convention Center. This is Labor Day weekend, which is the first weekend in September. That's when all the Americans take a day off to celebrate the fact that we have jobs. And it's an anime convention, and I get to be cosplay repair, which is really freaking cool.
Yeah.
Jerry Can Cosplay should be there as well, coming back up from Monterey.
Excellent.
To give us a hand with
Nice.
stuff. Yes.
Awesome.
Which I'm looking forward to. And hopefully the sisters, Victoria and Reese, will be there as well.
They're all really, really helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super helpful. But a bunch of very experienced cosplayers who love having a base to sit down at and help.
And those two are really good with
Yeah, the sisters, Victoria and Reese, are
Yeah.
really good with sewing,
Needlework,
with wigs,
right.
styling wigs, lots of things that are more outside of my wheelhouse. Yeah,
Right.
which is, I'm really glad they're there.
yeah.
And Felicia will probably make a day appearance, as she has in the past, so that'll be fun.
Yep. I'll be there.
Good.
I'll probably suit up in the Gundam at least once.
Oh yeah, Gundam and Mechagodzilla will be there. Just like they always are, they'll be there again. Our booth will look very similar to the way it looked last year, only there'll be a couple of new things.
Yeah. All right. So you've got these already made.
Yeah, so we got these already made. I believe the thick end goes on the on this other side. So it's kind of. Oh, have we been on the wrong camera this whole time?
I think maybe.
Dudes, sorry.
Oops.
Okay. Mega X parts for Chloe have been clarified, so apparently there's some conversations being happened about Mega X parts. That's awesome.
Oh, excellent.
I'm really grateful that Shop Gremlin watches. Yeah. Anyway, so I thought I was going to go to 4, but apparently I did things wrong. Sorry if you guys have been looking at like close-ups of packs and not us.
Right.
I thought we were on us. It's not like I don't switch for a living. But yeah, so we got the belts that have to go here, and they've got a particular shape, and these things have to match up to these shapes, right? So one side matches up on that, and then the other side matches up like that. And I believe what happens is we follow along the inside edge.
Okay.
I think, yeah, looks like it. We got a notch here. It looks like it goes up against that notch, because I know there's this edge on them that pokes up that needs to be a little proud. I don't have a close-up camera set, but these are thicker, and so they have to poke up a little bit to give it that kind of a industrial ridge look. So I believe we glue it flush on the bottom.
Okay.
And then this one, which has the notches in it, all we have to do is just bend it to match the part. It doesn't have to match the notch, because the notch was arbitrarily cut.
Okay. All right. That's not difficult.
Nope. And we can always go look at the video and make sure I'm saying the right thing.
So this would be right, just like that.
That should be right. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's not going to follow exactly towards the bottom, but at least.
Right. I think there's some allowances for trimming.
So, good stuff.
And if we need to, we can break out our Ryobi rotary tools and do some cleaning. These aren't needed yet. There is the giant SCSI cable, the colorful cable that's wound up and it goes from one part of the pack to the other. These are the plugs that fit the cyclotron pan that gives the cable a place to come out of.
Ah.
One of the cool things about having a pattern that someone else has developed and tested and done a video on, we don't have to think too hard about it.
Right.
Felicia and I went off the rails anyway, but we don't have to think too hard about it. We can just do a live stream and actually talk to all of you.
Right. This is cool. I like it.
Just letting you guys know, longtime patron Benin Lynch is here.
Benin Lynch is here.
Lynch!
Lynch!
He's here!
Half the Irish Mafia is here.
I know, right?
Is the other half here?
I don't know.
We've missed you.
Also,
Very much.
Lee is stating that he'll be at SAC Anime, just doesn't know what puppet he's going to be.
Oh, right. So I'm sure most of you know this. I'm not sure if Joe knows this yet or not, but Lee actually collects Muppet replicas.
Oh.
So he has Kermit and Miss Piggy, and I think he's either working on or has a Rolf. He has a Gonzo. He has a Fozzie.
Okay, so he's the one that posted his puppets when you and Felicia were making your puppets.
Yes.
Okay.
And most of those, not all of them, were built by ex-Henson employees.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Right.
Wow.
So Lee's got some really good inside information on how to make the Muppets.
Wow.
So, as much as I don't...
And he's a Lego fan, so of course he's got the Sesame Street set and all the Muppet sets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is really cool. So somebody posted something in our Discord, our private Discord that's only for patrons, on the Monday live stream tab of their Proton Pack, and it looks incredible. It's it's
yeah, look at
really
that.
cool.
So please let us know. Can you hear Chloe? Because I never know how well... There's one little microphone right up here, and I never know how well it picks up everything else in the room. So what Chloe is saying, if you didn't hear it, is someone on our private Discord, which all of you are familiar with because we're not to the public part yet, has posted an awesome Proton Pack that they've built.
It is really,
It is
really,
really, really good. There's a lot going on here. Look at all the electronics on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's looks like one of the Spencer or Spirit Halloween packs behind it, but that's really cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's a better word for it. I am downplaying the beauty of that thing. I don't know if it's back from fixing their sounds. Yeah, okay, there we are. Chase Who Kills reminded me it's pronounced Obi-Wan Ryobi. And apparently Stephen Mills is reminding us that Adolf Dassler helped design the footwear, I assume, for the German troops.
Ah.
Which, of course, they've got, it's all sorts of massive style. Yeah. Jack boots, hobnails, yeah. Alrighty. We are at noon already.
I guess it's time to switch it over.
We talked our way straight into noon, yeah.
Yeah.
So let me go unlock the door and let all the other kids in. Quiet. Way to carry the show, Joe.
So while Odin unlocks the door and lets all the other kids in, I'll do a little jig. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to entertain anybody unless I'm wearing, I don't know, a Wonder Woman costume or something like.
Right. Thank you for...
You're welcome.
For that, yeah.
So Chloe made a bet with me that if... and so we're live to everybody, right?
We're live to everybody,
Okay.
but nobody's popped in yet. So
Okay.
only our patrons are hearing this at the moment, and anyone who watches in the future. Which, by the way, thank you, all of you lovely future people who rewatch this stream. I appreciate that.
Yep.
What did Chloe make a bet about?
Okay, so...
That you couldn't hold your breath for 30 minutes?
No.
Okay.
If you get to, what was it, 1 million?
1 million
Subscribers, they're going to dye my hair rainbow, right?
Oh.
Your
Okay.
beard.
My beard, that's what it was. It was my beard rainbow.
So, get to 1 million subscribers,
Yeah.
and
and I will have a rainbow beard.
Yep.
that is ultimately going to happen. But did you guys put
Oh.
a limit on it?
Yes,
So-
by the end of the year, or by the
Oh.
end of January.
We were saying by the end of the year, but regardless, if you get to 1 million subscribers,
It's gonna happen.
It's going
It's
to
going to happen.
It's going to
Yeah.
But
happen.
that
Just-
would be preferred.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. No, that's awesome. I think you've got time. Just to look at the trending numbers, right? The chances of gaining 400,000 subscribers in 5 months
Is pretty low. Yeah.
pretty low.
Yeah. You'd have to break the internet.
And I'm not upset with anybody. It's just if you look at the growth of the channel, we're a few years out.
Yeah.
Yeah, years out,
yeah.
not months. But at the same time, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
At least I would like to believe it is. I believe it is inevitable. I have confidence that we will do this.
I agree.
It is inevitable.
It is
Well,
inevitable.
and you've been getting a lot of good support on the channel with Shop Gremlin, with the website, helping out with painting since I haven't been in the shop very often.
Right. Poor horrible Joe who had like a life and actually had to go do life stuff outside of my silly YouTube channel. Good for you.
I really do enjoy painting stuff, and I'm going to be helping Chloe out with a project that they have, which will be turned into a video. So
Right. See, the two of you are collaborating on what will become the first Odin Makes video.
Right.
So this will be like somebody else building.
Right.
Basically. Like Hacksmith, am I going to walk in at the beginning and go, hey guys, what's going on? Oh, that's great. I'm going to go play Plinko and leave.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the plan.
All
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
Hey guys,
exactly
what's going on? Oh, well, I got Raid Shadow Legends, so I got to go and play the game. So you guys build.
Well, in that case,
Why are you playing those mobile games that you have to play yourself? Get the ones that play themselves.
That one does. This is not sponsored, by the way. We're just, like all of us know, it's a lot of fun to poke fun at the fact that Raid Shadow Legends is willing to sponsor on every channel,
yeah.
which I'm grateful for because
money.
I am able to make a living making videos on YouTube because of the generosity of all of you for actually watching, subscribing, and clicking likes on the channel. All that stuff feeds the channel and feeds the Google AdSense that actually gives me the money that I can pay my bills. The patrons are tremendously valuable because the value of the patrons pays for the shop fees. I'm not in my house. I'm actually in a separate building, and that pays the electricity, pays the supplies, pays for the shop rent. So all that is taken care of due to the generosity of the Patreons. So things like Raid Shadow Legends comes along. Yeah, that's how I pay off debt.
Right.
Exciting, but that's the way stuff works.
Yep.
Plus your sponsorship with Ryobi.
Plus, I've got a sponsorship with Ryobi, which I'm very happy about.
Well, I mean, we're open to the public now, so.
We are, yes.
Are you?
Let's see. Can I? I'm already getting a ton of requests, and we've already quadrupled our viewers. Hey, Marvel Guy's here.
Hey, Marvel Guy.
So I'm John Props Shop Marker. John Props Shop Marker is asking about building a ghost trap from Ghostbusters. Yes, that is in the future. I will be making one. I've already had a viewer send me their patterns for making a foam one, and
Nice.
I intend. We need it. What Felicia and I want to do is make full Ghostbusters uniforms. So we're looking at the Ghost Trap. We're looking at a PKE meter. We're looking at Ray's goggle thingy. All that stuff. We kind of want to do a lot of it.
So the real question is, which one of you is going to be Egon, and why is it Felicia?
Because Felicia would make a way better Egon. It doesn't matter which version of Ghostbusters you're watching, Felicia fits Egon.
So, Odin, are you going to be Stans, or are you going to be...
Well, the plan is for mine to probably just say Odin.
Odin? Okay.
Yeah, not even Abbott. Because, oh, by the way, my last name is Abbott. For those of you who aren't aware, it's not Makes. I'll probably just have mine say Odin. And then Felicia will, whatever badge she wants, whether it's Egon or Felicia or Callie or whatever she wants.
She needs to wear the glasses. She needs the glasses.
She needs glasses.
I want to see her in the glasses.
Walker Industries is asking me if I still have the Aperture Science handheld portal device. Now, they're not sure because they just don't see it if it's on set or not. It is on set, but it is just out of frame up here. And I could get it, but that would require climbing on the shelf, which would put my butt in the camera. And the saddest thing is it's covered in years of dust because it's been sitting up there for a little while. Foam dust from all the grinding and all the trains going by. So I do still have it. It is still here. It still only lights up blue. It still has the 3 claws in the front that are done from my windshield wipers off my truck. I still have that truck. It's just up there.
I would
right.
reach it, but,
Yeah, you can reach it because you're like 1,000,000 feet tall. All the R is me trying to remember the name of that guy from Odin Makes. So we've gone public, which would be awesome, wouldn't it? You actually sell stocks and make money going public. Welcome to the public portion of the Odin Makes live stream. It's now noon, and we'll be doing a live stream until 2 o'clock. Every Monday we do a live stream. There's actually a little bit of a pre-show that's only for the patrons, but from noon to 2, it's open for everybody to come in and watch as we make Proton Packs. So I should say things like, hello, welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. I'm Odin.
And I'm Felicia. I mean Joe. So I did it again.
Yeah, you had practice. And today we're going to continue working on the Proton Packs, and we've already started looking at what some of the instructions are, and we're going to be working on the cyclotron bumper belts, the safety rails that go around the nuclear accelerator, so if you back up against the wall, you're not going to just set it off, which sounds very important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Let me go ahead and answer one of the first big questions that'll probably pop up, which is, where's Felicia?
Right?
Right. It's a very real thing. Yesterday, I was at the California State Fair. Actually, I'll be there again tonight. More on that in a minute. But Felicia also decided to go with a bunch of people that she knows. And it's the State Fair. It's a big public spot. And there's the possibility of COVID contact, of cross-contamination. Felicia and her husband are currently testing negative, so they are okay as far as I know still. But to be safe, she decided to not come in today, which I kind of appreciate.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah. That's unfortunately that's the right decision. I mean, it's unfortunate because we don't get to see her. It is fortunate that it has the right decision and that we're making the right decision to keep everyone safe.
Yeah, unfortunately you have to deal with me, other than Felicia, which is, sorry.
Are you at least wearing Wonder Woman underwear?
No.
You didn't get the memo. Why was I at the State Fair? Well, I wasn't just there to enjoy the lovely 104 California weather on the paved fairgrounds. I actually got a side gig. I actually got a contract where I get to do the video switching for the main stage for the music acts every single night. So I'm going to be back there again tonight for the Bruno Mars tribute. Last night was Night Ranger. I don't know how well any of you remember Night Ranger and their one big song, Sister Christian, but they were one of the bands that really kind of made the power ballad format become big in the 80s. And I think they were a big hair band. They're not now. And then, they rocked, which, sounds silly. But anyway, what am I doing? The video switching, which means when you have a stage and you're looking at the stage and the performers are on it doing the whole performance thing, on either side of the stage there is a large LED screen showing a video feed that's live of what's going on stage, so the people way in the back can actually see.
Right.
I'm the guy in charge of what image is going up on those. I'm doing what's called technical directing. So this is like camera 1, camera 2, take camera 3. But camera 1, camera 2, and camera 3 are all robot cameras that I also have to joystick around and focus. And then camera 4 actually has a union camera operator, which is pretty cool. So camera 4 has a living human on it. So that's really nice because they can actually follow around. And camera 4 is out in the audience, so it's the audience point of view, but zoomed in.
Okay.
So that's usually the hero shot.
Right.
Right. That's the best shot. The other ones I have, there's truss that goes around the band that lights hang off of. So I have on either side of the front of the stage, there's a robot cam on those trusses that can move 90 degrees and see most of what's going on. But when the band likes to poke out and do stuff, well, I can't see them anymore. And then I have one in the back that's kind of over the drummer's shoulder, and you can kind of see the audience. So when they do the call and repeat to the audience, I can click to the audience, and everyone, yay, we're on screen.
Excellent. That sounds like fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah. My favorite thing that Night Ranger did last night. So I've seen Shaka Khan, Neon Trees, and now Night Ranger. Those are the 3 we've done so far. The drummer starts doing his drum solos about halfway through because Night Ranger really did a lot of improv on their songs because they had about a CD's worth of songs, but they riffed on all of them and made them all longer, so it became a 90-minute set.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
real
neat.
cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So the drum solo, the drummer starts doing something, and then slowly each band member puts down their instruments. It goes over with more sticks, and they're all drumming on the drum set. So you have 5 guys drumming away like mad on this drum set for a minute and a half. It was like the best Blue Man Group.
That's
It was just and I'm on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's I'm not visible to the audience. I'm hiding behind one of the monitors, but I'm actually on the deck, which is really cool.
That is really.
And
that sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Smash Mouth is going to be, I think they're like one of the biggest names probably. They're going to be the second to last show. And I keep saying it the wrong way, but I enjoy calling it the Mariachi Apocalypse. There's going to be 4 mariachi bands rotating through on the very last day. And apparently that is the biggest draw of any show that the State Fair has.
Not Weird Al?
Not Weird Al. Weird Al's not playing this year. Yeah.
No.
But there is an individual mariachi band coming out, I think the last week. There's 2 more weeks. And then there's these 4 that rotate through on the last day. And they're all from Mexico. They're all popular mariachi bands. And it's a 4,000 seat venue, right? That's the total number of people that can sit inside of the venue. Outside of the venue, they will be 10 to 12 bodies deep, packed, watching the mariachi bands. There's a bridge that goes behind the stage. They have to usher people off of it because of weight limits.
Wow.
Typically, there's a few security guards and a couple of policemen walking around because it's a concert. Want to make things safe.
Right.
Yeah. There's like 20 plus 4 or 5 mounted policemen for the mariachi thing because it gets to be 11,000 or so people watching.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to this.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have never thought that mariachi would be that big, but I mean,
it's not
what we listen to.
It's not what we listen to.
Right.
I like it. I've never been upset with it. If that makes any sense.
Right.
But it's not my go-to music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's anyway.
You don't often have to yell at the neighbors to turn down their mariachi music. At least
No.
I haven't.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway.
Very cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. That sounds like fun. Yeah.
So Vexicus the Bounty Hunter says, "Oh, could you make Shredder's helmet from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?"
I should do that. That's been requested a number of times. So Vexicus the Bounty Hunter is asking if I can make Shredder's helmet from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's at least 4 or 5 different styles there because it changes from the movie to the cartoon to the comics.
And there's so many different cartoons.
And there's even the horrible one that what's his face ruined with the CG nosed ones, the turtles with noses.
Oh, Michael Bay.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Bay just likes to ruin our childhoods.
Pretty much.
He just likes to blow them up.
Well, Michael Bay loves to
fireballs.
blow up big, expensive cars.
Yeah.
I love the fact that in The Rock, when they hit the Ferrari Testarossa, it was actually cheaper to build an all-new one from scratch that looked like the Ferrari than to buy a Ferrari and blow it up.
That makes sense.
Cable car was just surplus. That was easy.
Oh, and Jerry Kane Cosplay is here now.
Oh, sweet. Hello, Jerry Can Cosplay. It's okay that you're late. I'm glad that you made it. I've already talked up the praises of Jerry Can Cosplay and how exciting it's going to be that you've got your own YouTube channel and that you're putting out your own videos. So it's very cool. So
I'll
definitely
have to subscribe.
Yeah, definitely check out. It's really cool. His I've watched 2 of them. So I'm sorry, I've only seen 2. But Jerry Can Cosplay here on YouTube is a lot like hanging out with Jerry while he's building.
Very cool.
That's the flavor and the feeling I got from the videos that I watched. It was really cool. Yeah, good luck. Lee has to run. He says, "Good luck on the live stream. You might even glue something if you shut up." I'm paraphrasing.
All right, Jerry, you're subscribed.
There you go, live.
So.
Yeah, Jan says, "No Weird Al, that's sad." Yeah, Weird Al is at a point in his career where he's not willing to do outside venues anymore. That's why I'm told why he's not performing. He only wants to do inside venues. But Weird Al puts on a show. And so there's costume changes and there's a lot of activity and there's a lot of... So I can see why performing in the fat suit in 104-degree heat isn't going to work out.
Yep.
Can't blame him.
Yep. Nope.
Oh, by the way, Sacramento's hot. It's going to be 102 today.
Yeah, so we're in the season with California where it's hot. We're going to be going into the season where California is on fire.
Yep.
Pretty soon.
And then it'll become fall for about a week when it's really nice.
Yep. And then it'll be winter.
Then it'll be winter, which is never winter like it is anywhere else, but it's still California winter and just not enjoyable compared to fire season, I guess.
Yeah, winter in at least the valley, it's just, I don't know, cold and sometimes wet now.
Yeah.
Though it used to be very, very wet.
Very, very wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we get some rain. And we sometimes get snow, but it's not snow. It's just...
Right.
Yeah, it's just rain that hasn't...
It's like heavy frost.
Yeah, it's just rain that hasn't gotten wet yet.
So one of the things that Felicia and I end up doing is trading places. And if you're interested, even though you are perfectly capable, I could probably just let you build, and I can do the whole talk a lot thing, because I'm pretty good at the talk a lot thing. All right.
Yeah, so I did have a question.
Sure.
This is the side that goes on the end, right?
Yeah, that side will go on the end.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure...
And does it line up?
I don't think the end lines up. You probably want to start up here. What we've been doing, and I haven't done yet today, is actually watch his video.
Oh, okay.
So let me pull the video up and make sure that
Make
we're
sure we're not
doing the
screwing it up.
thing.
'Cause I'll
So we do
screw
that all
it
the
up.
time. Michael Anderson's talking about that he is a builder of Ghostbuster props, and he's worried about the stability of using EVA HD foam as your motherboard. Something denser or more rigid like Sintra would be better to mount to your Alice frames. You're not wrong, and if it comes down to having to use Sintra, we will. I've got 4mm HD foam as the... So he says motherboard. I assume he means the backplate. But one of the things I want to try that I've never used before that Evil Ted Smith loves is called Creature Cast Rubber. Creature Cast Rubber is a neoprene replacement latex rubber.
Okay.
Right? So neoprene is it's a water-based material. Neoprene does not trigger any allergies like latex does. But they have one called Rigid that I was quite interested in exactly how rigid it is. Mm-hmm. Ted says his favorite one is the semi-rigid, and sometimes he mixes that with the soft to make it a little less rigid.
Okay.
So I've got, thanks to Jerry Can Cosplay, I've got 2 gallons of semi-rigid, and then I ordered a gallon of flexible, which is supposed to be the most rubber-like, and a gallon of the hard.
Okay.
And why did I order gallons? Well, because the price point was beautiful. But it's something that I do want to start trying to use in the future. I love Plastidip, but I'm really curious on this Rigid and whatever else.
Well, Plastidip has that kind of orange peel texture that you get.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. So I sometimes I like that.
Right.
But when you're trying to do something that is smooth metal, that texture doesn't really work too well.
Yep.
I've heard of what is it called? Flex Seal.
Flex Seal. Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Flex Seal. I've actually used Flex Seal. There's some on the Jane Foster helmet.
Right.
I was using it because it's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Flex Seal is also not quite water-based. It's mineral spirits based, so it's not the same heavy solvents.
Okay.
That's in Plastidip, because Plastidip has naphtha and xylene in it.
Okay.
Also, because the cans of Flex Seal, there's also cans of Plastidip, but the cans of Plastidip sell xylene. The cans of Flex Seal don't have those harsh chemical propellants. It doesn't kill the chrome underneath it.
Right.
Because if you got a really nice chrome thing and you want to spray it with an aerosol can, you're going to make it look like galvanized steel, and if you're like me, you'll cry.
Right.
The clear doesn't do it. No, it's not cheap. That is an issue, but it's been working really well.
I know Kamui Cosplay uses it.
Okay.
They just brush it on.
Yep.
And it takes a while to dry.
It does.
It's
not too
almost,
bad.
It's almost kind of like an enamel.
Yeah.
In that it like self levels and
Yes.
And it takes a while to cure, and then you can.
Well, it
go
takes a while.
over it,
It takes
right.
longer to cure than
Plastidip.
Plastidip does, because Plastidip's got the harsh chemicals. I did a quick test before I put the clear on the Foster helmet. If I brushed it, it was a little bit milky because it was thick. But if I sponged it on, it was totally clear.
Oh.
So that's what I ended up doing, and I'm
Okay.
very happy with that. And the big thing I'm really excited about is it's flexible. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not going to crack, which is the problem that every other silver helmet I've got has had.
Right. Yeah, because Allclad's Aqua Gloss clear coat, it's great to go over chrome, but it is completely rigid. It will
It's a
crack.
candy coat. Yeah.
Right. It does not.
It would be interesting to see how well All-Clad reacts with the Flex Seal if the two are happy with each other, and if you could use the clear Flex Seal over All-Clad. Because All-Clad is definitely, an awesome chroming agent.
Now, I do have a clear coat from Spastics.
Okay.
And I think it's supposed to be used for like RC car bodies and stuff
Right.
like that, right? But because of that, it should be very, very flexible, and it's specifically designed for their chrome paint.
Okay.
So I imagine it will not react to the all-clad.
Or the Spastics.
Or the Spastics or whatever. So might want to try that. Try that out. I've got some spoons, black gloss spoons. I'm going to be doing a little bit of test painting later on today.
If you take pictures, do a write-up, and do a blog type post on OdinMakes.com. Go to OdinMakes.com for all of your Odin Makes needs.
I will.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be a good time.
Nice. Thank you.
All right. So we're watching this video.
Right.
So we're on chapter.
We're on chapter 23, the cyclotron belt, and here he's actually making the belts. Hi, you're now watching a YouTube channel because this is quality entertainment. Oh, look at that! This is my favorite part. This is when you take a pizza break.
Is that what we're having for lunch?
I don't know what we're having for lunch. We can do that.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that. So we've done all this because
I see that.
He's showing what we're watching right now is putting in the V grooves.
Yeah.
Which is we've got the double thick belt, and then there's the V groove that goes here that we cut in so it can bend, and then there's the tapering of the two layers, so you can kind of maybe see the thickness change between this portion and this portion.
Yeah.
You can't go too close because the focal plane is where the target was held. But yeah,
cool. All right.
Here, I can always do this. I'll walk over. The problem is. When I do the focus assist of the camera, which is a 5x zoom, it goes from being not quite close enough to just a little too dang close. But, so we got the V grooves cut, and we've got the tapering from the two levels going together to another V groove, and the idea is to bend it to a shape that closely resembles the cyclotron belt.
Right.
And this needs to line up with the 2mm what-the-foam that's going to go on it. And the end result is you get this trim that pops up and becomes proud above it. So this is kind of where we're at next, but we're double checking in the video that we're actually doing it correctly, because having a video assist for what the steps are as opposed to reading the text is better.
All right, so we've got them cutting
it. He's bending it down like I just showed the camera, and there it is. And see, he's lining up on the bottom.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like
angles.
it lines up completely.
Nope.
So.
And yeah, he's mashing up there. So all we need to do is make sure that it matches where the grooves are.
And it does go to
all
the end.
All the way to the end.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. So that's kind of what it looks like at the end.
That's
okay.
kind of what it looks like.
All right.
I'm not able to cut to show his video to you guys. Well, partly because, it's Chris's video, and I don't want to rebroadcast Chris's video.
But you might actually have to go and watch his stuff.
Yeah. Now remember, if you guys want to, we've had requests about, can you get the Proton Packs done already? Why is it taking so long? If you want to see these built in a hurry, then please check out Lost Wax Oz. He's got a 3-video series all about building the Proton Packs and building an Alice Pack. That's the frame that the Proton Packs are put on. He makes his Alice Pack out of PVC pipe, and then he has 2 more additional videos on making the Neutrino one. We just wanted to do it as a live stream where we get a chance to ramble and talk and not actually glue anything, and then kind of show you real time what it kind of takes to get things done.
Am I not supposed to be gluing anything?
No, you're fine. Right.
So,
no, Joe, you're valuable. We like Joe. Joe makes us go. Because I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a Packlet.
So Yanolith asks, Odin and Joe, have you ever had a pizza with artichoke hearts?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Yanolith is asking, have you ever had a pizza with artichoke hearts? And yes, Guinevere's Garden Delight from Round Table Pizza is a great pizza. I'm happy with it.
Ooh, this is a great question. I think we've talked about this before. Smash Up Mashups asks, since Miss Marvel has concluded, think you'll make Miss Marvel's bangle? That is, if you saw the Miss Marvel series.
I have not watched Miss Marvel yet. I'm sorry.
It is so good.
I'm hearing it is so good. Okay.
It's really good.
I feel bad that I have not seen it
I
yet.
have not seen it
either.
yet. No, actually, I
I
never
really
finished
need to see
Moon
it.
Knight. I've just been caught up with multiple things and
Right.
not
We've just been
not
busy.
watching TV.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm actually behind on some of my Marvel. I have yet to see Shang-Chi. I have yet to see all of Eternals. That was an expensive nap, and which isn't a diss on the movie. I just pulled an all-nighter and then tried to go watch a 3-hour movie, and I saw an hour of it. Apparently, there's this whole sequence where they have a Babylon battle.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kit Harington's in it too.
Yes, I saw that. That I remember. Daniel Knight, who's doing something with epoxy resin. He's made foam belts before, and he's got food safe grade epoxy resin, which is always fun to play with because you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I'm totally out of the loop on that, but I can agree that food grade safe epoxy resin is a wonderful material.
So Steve D asks, any chance of getting a microphone on Chloe as I'm struggling to hear them? Unfortunately, we're going through a single camera right above.
Do you really want your own microphone?
No. it's
Okay.
fine.
I will try to repeat what Chloe's saying. We can get a microphone on Chloe, especially if she's going to be here on more often. We can get a mic over
I
there.
think that's a good idea.
I think eventually, yeah, but for now, I think we're okay.
Okay.
For today's stream, I think
today's
we're
stream.
good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
But that is a doable thing. Vexus is back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. And Smash Up Mashups apparently does not blame me for not having seen it. Marvel Guy wants to know if I can get a sponsor for a bespoke post on my channel eventually. Contact them. Let them know.
Yep. That is the best way is to contact them and say, I want you to sponsor this person.
Or else.
Or else.
Or else.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, we got a hello from South Africa. That's really cool. This is from Cliff Hest. Please make a life-size Marshmallow Man. Okay, so this is a question. What is life-size?
Right.
Marshmallow Man was a 10th scale, suit that was life-size. That's what ILM made, stepping on 10th scale models. So is that life-size?
Also, wasn't Marshmallow Man small and then grew big in the movie?
No, he was always kind of giant in the original movie and climbed up the side of the building. Like King Kong.
maybe I'm thinking about
2016 version.
I'm thinking about the 2016 version.
That didn't exist.
Interestingly enough, I'm not thinking about the 2016 version.
So the original.
The 2016 version had so much potential. I was defending the idea of the 2016 version until I saw it. It's like, wow, you guys just went in completely the wrong direction.
I'm sorry, there was a 2016 version of Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Chloe doesn't even remember a 2016 version
I
of
don't
Ghostbusters.
remember at all.
Yeah.
Hey, but Chris Hemsworth was in it. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, he was
the
great.
best part of that movie.
Yeah, unfortunately, him playing the dumb blonde was probably the best part of that movie. I don't know. Egon was really cool in that movie. I like her name wasn't Egon, but the Egon character of that movie, she was awesome.
Yeah.
That much I do remember. A lot of the others were just not. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't work, but it didn't work. Yep, Mickey Rat, who has their own radio channel, says, yeah, we can hear Chloe, but not gonna lie, having Chloe mic'd would be really nice. Scott Thomas says, make something from guar.
You've already done that.
I've done that, not on the channel, I've done that. What I find amazing, and I've brought up before in the past, is one of my first big foam journeys with doing large group cosplays was doing a guar group in the early 90s. So myself and like 5 friends put together different guar costumes. There's Beefcake and Odorous, and I was Ballsack, and we had Techno Destructo and a Random Slave. And that set me down the path of really doing large cosplays, doing large foam things. Now here we are, 20 years later, and I'm getting contacted by a guy by the name of Chris who works at Slave Pit Incorporated. This is the actual official company that does guar, letting me know how much he enjoys the videos and how often he shares my videos with Slave Pit for getting their projects done.
Awesome.
What a weird circular thing that
Oh.
was.
Good for you, Odin.
Yeah,
Good for you.
that was amazing.
All right.
So one of the things I was hinting at, oh my God, Joe, you've messed it up already. Is that working out for you?
I think so. I think it is.
We can always go back and backfill the V with hot glue.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because
Cool.
I
I'll put
want
the hot glue
to
in.
make sure that the structure is accurate, right?
Right. There's that. Here, I'll give you still my favorite hot glue gun out of this particular line. The one that's, I mean, they're cordless anyway, but the one that's like, it's a shuttlecraft hot glue gun. This thing's my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's working out. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's
No, that looks great.
very good. Very good. Nice.
So as I pull out a Ryobi tool, I've called it Ryobi for years. Now I got corrected the last couple of live streams letting me know that it might actually be Ryobi. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, thank you.
So, hey, Ryobi, if you're watching, please write it out in a way that I can know how I'm supposed to pronounce it correctly. Although, you know, they might tell me.
That was the wrong one. They will.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'm
When
sure.
when you go to
because I'm going to be going to C2E2 this year. So coming up the first weekend in August in Chicago is the C2E2 Comic Con convention. It's comic and entertainment expo or something like that. It's comic, yeah. I almost know what it stands for, but I forget. Ryobi is going to test the waters and have their first ever booth at a con. They're going to have a large booth full of non-stop demos and a wall of tools that you can check out and look at. It's all their maker tools. They're bringing bins of tools to play with and look at. And they're going to have a couple of different stations with a couple of different builders, people from the Ryobi Nation thing that you can go and check out. And they want me there. So they're actually going to fly me out to Chicago. I'm in California. I'm going to be out there for all 3 days of the show. I'll be in the Ryobi booth 2/3 of each day. I'm actually going to be allowed to have some time to wander around and
that's
see
fun.
the con and hide. And we're right next to the Reed Pop booth, which Reed Pop, Joe and I did the Fallout cosplay for, as well as, what was the other one we did?
we just talked about this.
We did, because there was like 2 Reed Pop things we did back to back, because Felicia helped out with both. And now I'm forgetting what the other one was, but we had 2. It was like Party City and Michael's. So maybe it was the Black Knight. We're both like ultimately Reed
Right. Yes,
Reed
I
Pop.
think it was the Black Knight from Monty Python.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
we're both Reed Pop sponsored
Yep.
videos. So when Ryobi told Reed Pop, so we're looking at maybe bringing Odin out. Do you think that's a good idea? Apparently Reed Pop went, like, I think a good word is ape shit. So, yeah, I'm excited to get to go. So if you're in the Chicago, Illinois area or are willing to drive a little bit, ace, it'd be pretty cool to come on out. I'll be there all 3 days. They're actually nice enough to fly me out the day before and fly me back the day after.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not trying to travel any of the con days.
That's so nice.
Oh, isn't it?
Oh.
That does mean that April 8th there won't be a live stream because I will be in the air, time traveling from Central Time. Hey, look, we got a 5-pound super chat from Stephen Mills.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, Stephen.
Stephen is asking, Odin, as you've already made a Gundam suit and a Mechagodzilla suit, will you ever build another manga-based suit such as Ultraman?
That would be cool.
Ultraman and Kamen Rider are 2 things that have come up more than once. And I saw somebody with a Kamen Rider cosplay at WonderCon who, in a very creative way, solved the issue of his eyes. So I'm immediately jumping away from Ultraman, I'm sorry. But Ultraman has similar eyes. Ultraman's eyes look like you've taken the... for those of you that remember drop ceilings and having the fluorescent lights with that weird prism lens thing on it that's just a whole bunch of little pyramids. It looks like they vacuum formed that into his eyes. Right, the actor actually can't see out of it. He's got little slits underneath it. It's where the actor sees. So they light up with just like a kind of an off-white color. Kamen Rider is the same thing, but his are red. They look like reflectors off of a truck or a motorcycle. He had the vacuum form shape,
Okay.
and then a gel in it to make it red, and then had that non-slip like woven stuff you put on your shelf so your dishes don't move around.
Okay.
It's the stuff I used on the Gaffy stick handle.
Right,
and
right,
that's
right,
what
right.
he used to make that texture, and he could see out of it, and it looked perfect.
Awesome.
And it was simple.
Well, you might have to steal that idea for
Yeah.
a future build.
So,
So
we also had a question from Jack Smith
Okay.
asking, "Are you excited for the new Quantum Leap coming out?"
There's a new Quantum Leap
There is
coming
a
out?
new Quantum Leap.
Jack Smith. So Chloe's letting me know that Jack Smith is asking me if I'm excited for the new Quantum Leap coming out, and all three of us are going, "There's a new Quantum Leap coming out." Yeah, that's cool. Actually, that is one of Ellis's favorite shows. So
Right.
yes, yeah, that should be very cool.
Who's
On first.
I mean, wait, what? Where's it gonna air? What's, is it a Netflix
No
show? Is
clue.
it
I can take a look.
gonna be broadcast?
Hey, those of you out in the internet that are actually savvy and smart and willing to type away on this fantastic thing called Google, where's the new Quantum Leap show going to be broadcast from? Is this like Peacock? Is it HBO? Is it Amazon?
I'm seeing Prime Video, Vudu, Apple TV, and the Roku channel.
Wow, so it's all over the place.
Okay.
Prime
Yeah.
Video, Vudu, Apple TV, and the Roku channel. So they're gonna cover their bases. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kumaranda looks awesome, Vexicus says. And Vexicus says, never heard of Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap was Scott Bakula's breakout television show. This is late 80s, early 90s, I think. Might just be strictly 80s. Scott Bakula ended up being able to do the quantum leap of time travel. But he didn't leap as himself. He would jump forwards and backwards in time and fall into someone else's body. And then have to figure out why he landed there because the timeline is now diverging, and have to reset things to keep history straight. He had a holographic AI that only he could see, which I think was named Ziggy, and he had his gizmo that looked like transparent Legos. And yeah, they actually tackled some very interesting topics for the time. Because I know he at one point was in someone who had Down syndrome, and I know he spent the whole video, a whole another episode, trying to figure out something with pig farmers and everything else, and it was really weird trying to figure out what it was he was there for. And then he finally sees a guy walking by calling Piggy Sue, and he looks at him and goes, "Peggy, it's Peggy Sue." And so then, it was Chuck Berry or whoever looks up and, "Oh, okay," and starts singing Peggy Sue, and he jumps into the next episode. So a whole episode was a side quest that didn't matter.
Oh, how funny. How funny.
Al was a hologram, Ziggy was the computer. Okay. That's what I thought I was saying the wrong thing. Yeah, and always hoping that his next leap will be home. So it's very similar in a way to Sliders. There was a 90s show called Sliders with a bunch of people that were going from multiverse, right? Jumping multiverse to multiverse and trying to find their way back home because they had to panic run and didn't have a way back home. And not the same thing. They were always themselves appearing in these places and having to explain why they were there. The one episode I remember, they found a place where it's just plague everywhere. Everyone's sick and they can't deal with anything. And they'd come to discover that in this dimension, they never discovered penicillin.
Oh.
And so, Sala, the actor that played Sala and Gimli was the lead scientist in the show. He reaches into the trash, pulls out a piece of moldy bread, quickly makes a penicillin, and hey, everyone's happy because that's the way it works.
Right. Yeah.
So Schultz Division says that goatee really suits you, Felicia.
Thank you.
Yes. So Felicia now is sporting a goatee and cut her hair.
Yeah.
Which actually, when Felicia and I were first working at Smosh, Felicia's hair changed all the time, much like Tonks. It was, oh, it's a new week. What's Felicia done to her hair?
Unfortunately, Felicia is not here today.
Unfortunately, Felicia's not here today. She's decided to play it safe and bow out because has a COVID scare. She is testing negative. Her husband's testing negative. Everything seems to be safe and fine. But someone in their party did test positive, and so to be safe, did not come into the studio today, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you're stuck with me.
So give now so we can afford to buy Felicia better health care and have her come back next week.
Oh, that's a
No,
lot of donating.
That's a lot of lie. Michael Anderson says, yeah, Sliders was awesome.
I watched Sliders when I was a kid. I do not remember Sliders that much. So it was actually really interesting to kind of
hear a little bit about it.
A little bit about it again, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best I can remember because I watched like half of the first season because it was really cool, and then something else came on that kind of got distracted. What do you need?
Give me a paper towel. There's just a stray hair coming out of the brush. We might need to replace the brush.
Yeah, we're gonna need to ultimately. Thankfully, you can order new brushes, but
yeah.
Bernie Davis says, "We love Joe. Always good to see Joe in the shop."
Aw, thanks, guys. Gonna make me blush. Or maybe that's just a rash from the contact cement.
Schultz also says, "We got a better looking Felicia then? Awesome."
I appreciate that.
So something we do all the time, which of course means the viewers have to listen to the power tools.
Right.
I really like the Ryobi heat gun because it's 875 degrees, right? It heats up in like 10 seconds, but it works really well. Let me pitch the tools. Yeah, I think it works really well for drawing the contact cement and being able to put it together. And then it doesn't get hot enough to burn the foam, which is kind of cool.
I really like it.
Yeah, because I've had a plug-in one you use for stripping paint and sealing packages and stuff.
Right.
And you just cook the foam and turn it into lava.
And a blow dryer just doesn't seem like it does enough.
No, or
a hair dryer.
A hair dryer, blow dryer should be okay to dry contact cement, but it's not hot enough to bend contact cement, and it's not hot enough to shrink tubing.
Right.
Which this heat gun is.
Right.
So if you want it, it's here. But it is also 100 degrees outside today, so it's not like trying to use contact cement during the winter where nothing's going to ever dry.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a viewer here. I cannot pronounce their name for crap.
So we have a viewer, can't pronounce their name at all, which means I can't pick it out.
But they say hi from Turkey.
Hello from Turkey? Oh, yeah. Cihat. Yeah. Osalik or something like that. It's one of those, as an American, we just use the base letters and ignore umlauts and accent marks that actually let you know how to pronounce things because we just pretend like they don't exist. Which means, since I'm a product of the American education system, I don't know how to pronounce any of that stuff. So, Cihat, or Chihat, awesome. Hi, how's it going? I love the fact that I've actually got a worldwide audience.
I think that's super cool too. I think that, some of the, I don't know, some of the coolest things that people have sent you have been from other countries.
Yes.
Like the
like the licorice?
Yeah, the licorice,
which is somewhere there.
Here. Yeah.
I've still got some. I haven't eaten the whole bag yet. I'm going through it very slowly.
Jerry and Benin sent you some Irish tea.
Oh, that was great. I actually drank some of that over the weekend. As well as a big packet of crisps and some biscuits. Yeah. Which, cookies for us.
Here's a long time viewer that hasn't been on the stream in a while, I don't think, or at least has commented. Darren Calvin says, "What's up, nerds?"
Oh, sweet. Wow, no, I haven't heard from Darren Calvin in a while. Hey, Darren, do you still live across the street? Long-time viewer, long-time Patreon member, Darren Calvin. Hello, fellow nerd. How's it going?
Hi, Darren.
And Paul Joseph Herring says, "Hello from the UK."
Hello to the UK. Definitely. This is Paul Joseph Herring?
Yes.
I see, with a Spider-Man logo.
Good evening.
Yes. Detlef P is remembering how hard their wife was trying to say Zurich. Oh, you can still see the old Quantum Leap episodes for free on the Roku channel if anyone is interested.
Nice.
Yeah. It's good. It is actually a good show. Honest. I swear. It's old TV, so it's full of filler and it moves at a slightly slower pace, but it's a good show.
Very episodic.
Michael Anderson says, hello from Ontario, Canada. Michael, you may be close to Chris Hubert, who actually did the patterns we're using for these lovely
Proton packs.
Proton packs. Brain's failing.
That's okay. It's the contact cement. So
It's-
normally when you're using contact cement, you want to be in a very well ventilated area, which we are. Or wearing a
respirator.
A respirator. So ideally, you'd be doing both, but we're also trying to be entertaining to you,
Right.
like the monkeys we are. So we're not wearing the protective equipment that we probably should
Be wearing, right?
Oh.
Now, Felicia and I have worn it when we did a lot of contact cement work.
Right.
Even on the live stream, but you can't see it because it's designed that way. But there is a vent right here, right out of camera range, blowing air-conditioned cool air in from outside of this room. So we have a fresh source of oxygen hitting us in the head, making it very difficult to smell. Mm-hmm. It cuts down on the fumes a lot. However, Chloe got brain cancer.
Yep, totally. Here's an interesting thing regarding Derek. So he said, I sure do live across the street.
Okay.
He says, I saw Chloe's TikTok and it reminded me of the live stream. We just put up a TikTok saying it was on there.
Ah, okay. So Chloe's letting us know, since I'm closer to the microphone and there's now not a hair dryer. You could use that though. Darren does still live across the highway from the studio, and got reminded of the live stream thanks to Chloe's TikTok. So thank you, Chloe, for posting a TikTok reminding everyone about the live stream.
I'm actually live right now.
You're actually live right now.
Jerry's in here.
So if you're bored with my live stream, quick, jump over to Chloe's TikTok, which is what?
Raven's Prop Shop?
Raven's Prop Shop on TikTok. So jump over to Raven's Prop Shop. The name is right there in the chat. And they are live streaming TikTok, so you can actually see their side of this and not the boring crap that Joe and I are doing.
Yep.
And if you're on my side of things, please go ahead and check out youtube.com/Odin Makes. We are live right now. They are building Proton Packs from the 1986 Ghostbusters.
6'4" fuck Ghostbusters. That was my favorite.
I love it.
Brooke, he was just Raven was just stumbling through the age of Ghostbusters, so yeah, 84, but said 86, which I think is the cartoon, but whatever. Broken Circle Entertainment says hello there.
So you're saying that Ghostbusters is as old as I am?
Ghostbusters, if you're saying that
1984.
And Ghostbusters is as old as you are. Yep.
Yeah. My birthday's coming up too.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
If you want to send Joe a birthday gift, there's a P.O. Box address right in the description of this live stream. And feel free to send it care of Joe Grasso.
Yep.
And
if you want to be so kind
as
to
do
be
that,
awesome. But
and he'll open it on stream.
Yep.
You know, I'm really glad that Mark Roper hasn't sent us a glitter bomb yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that.
Pretty happy about that.
So Nimblues has a question. Does Joe or Chloe like salty licorice?
Nimblues is asking if Joe or Chloe likes salty licorice. Nimblues, you're the one that sent me the salty licorice, right? Do I have to go find it? I can go wander and find it. I have no problems wandering around the studio, wandering off camera, because it's live, it's YouTube, whatever.
I have never tried it once.
Chloe has never tried it, not once.
It's a little bit too salty for my palate, but I'm sure if I ate it a lot, I would like it, get used to it.
Sure.
But
you can't eat it.
Oh, is it corn syrup based?
No, it shouldn't. I can't remember. I thought there was something.
I think I've tried it before.
Oh yeah. Let me just walk my big head in front of the camera.
So right now, Odin's looking for stuff over on the other side of the shop.
Yeah, I'm way over here.
Yeah, he's right over there. So,
Way to sell it, Joe.
woo! Yeah, I don't know where the licorice went.
It's around.
Yeah. It's an interesting flavor.
It's like licorice jerky.
Okay.
Right, yeah. It's and I know a lot of Americans just absolutely detest candy that isn't sweet.
It's America.
But I'm not. Yeah, I think I've had that before.
Yeah, I've had once.
So it is a black licorice flavor, so it's honest flavor,
Right.
you know. But it's also a hard kind of dried licorice, and it's salty.
Very, very salty.
Very, very salty.
May
You
I?
want to try one?
Of course.
All right.
Now, before it gets too much further, Stephen Mills had another £5 super chat saying, Odin, did you hear they're making a Mask, the Mobile Astute Strike Command movie, and when I make one of their helmets? A mask has been requested since DIY Prop Shop, and I haven't done it yet. But I'll be honest, if I did do it, Scott Zillner would love it.
He would.
Scott Zillner is a friend, more Joe's friend than mine. I've kind of met him because of Joe. He runs the Robo Toy Fest and the SAC Toy Con and a few other cons. Yeah, he's way big into a lot of the retro stuff. On his Instagram channel, it's been a lot of the old Constructs, which was a hexagon-based robot construction toy by Milton Bradley, the game company. I remember getting those. Because they had really cool pilot action figures that were Star Wars sized.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's not bad, by the way.
So Chloe says the licorice candy is not bad, by the way.
It's not bad. It's not for me, but I can totally see the appeal.
Actually, it tastes better today than it did the last time I tried it. So
Yeah.
I've
Well,
already eaten it and swallowed it. So
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still. Well, the package has been open in the shop for a little while, so maybe it's
maybe it had some time to air.
like a fine wine. It's got a chance to breathe.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's good. I could eat those.
It is very salty. It is not sweet in any way, shape, or form. The anise flavor isn't strong, but it's there. Yeah.
Do you think we even need to fill those?
Oh, why not?
They're not going to show up anywhere.
No.
But sure.
Does it hurt?
Nope. It's an excuse to use a tool.
Black Region Art is chiming in, letting us know that Quantum Leap is also currently airing on the Comet Network with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, X-Files, and Farscape. I actually paid for satellite TV so I could watch Farscape, and that led me into watching Stargate. So, yeah.
I love Stargate.
Yeah, Stargate was great. Farscape was great. Yana List says Mega Blocks and then Mega Constructs. Still the way they changed their name. Okay. Is that what they were called? I thought it was just,
Oh, you already did this one.
yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's how much I'm paying attention.
That's all right.
NFA Danny has a really good question. Hi from the Czech Republic, first off.
Okay.
And Odin, do you plan on making any more props from the Lightyear movie?
All right.
The Ivan console or the Space Ranger blaster, Buzz's pistol, by chance?
So I will go ahead and repeat what Chloe said because I know that she's a little too far away from the microphone. NFA Danny first says, hi from the Czech Republic, which is freaking cool. Hello. I'm a map geek. I love the fact that I'm talking to people from all over the world. You have no idea how much that thrills me. It really honestly does. So hello. That's very cool. Odin, do you plan on making more props from the Lightyear movie? As an example, how about the Ivan console or the Space Ranger blaster?
Good.
I could. It's Thor came out, and I got super excited because Marvel's done really nice things for me in the past. So I kind of went Thor heavy. Yeah. Honestly, out of those two, and the third one I was thinking about, the Ivan console would probably come in last. Although that might still be a fun build because you could talk with it, right?
Yeah.
If you had some sort of a two-way communication with it, you could,
Alexa? Maybe?
Yeah, Alexa maybe or something like that. The other one I really liked the idea of, and I really wanted to do and tried to talk to Baconics people about maybe trying to build, was the warp crystal.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a triangular fuel crystal thing that when it's first handed to Buzz, it's a liquid, and he pulls the handle and sets it, and it crystallizes, and he loads it into a ship. Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That'd be really fun to make the crystal. And there's various different crystals, and then there's like the perfect crystal.
Yeah.
Which gets destroyed.
Right, which gets destroyed, but spoiler alert!
Spoilers.
What a shock.
Right. What bad things happen in a movie?
No! You mean like the plot advances? What? One of the things I was looking at that I really wanted to do and what I was trying to talk to the Baconics people about. So let me let you know what my thinking was on this thing. So it's a triangular object a little bit bigger than the stones from the Fifth Element. And it's about so tall. It has a big handle on the top. And basically, it's supposed to be windows down the side. You've got a red fluid and a blue fluid, and they're trying to... how much is there? So the robot first fills this slurry up and hands it to Buzz. You see it slosh. And then he does the handle and it crystallizes. What I wanted to do was to see if we couldn't put an LED panel around the 3 sides with motion sensors on it. Because you can get the compass sensor so it knows X, Y, Z. And then you just animate the sloshing. And then when you turn the thing, the screen changes over to the crystal.
Oh, that would be cool.
And it could be the exact same thing on all 3 sides.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And that's
Okay.
what I wanted to do. And the Mechanics people at first thought it was neat. Then they're like, It's like, all right, well, never mind then.
I guess that's not going to happen.
I think it'd be neat to happen. I think it'd be cool. You know, I haven't tried to incorporate video basically into one of the props before, but you know, whatever. Oh, that'd be cool.
I've seen people use video
Yeah.
for props.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with their Pit Boys and stuff like
Pit
that.
Boys
Yeah.
and eyes and
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Yeah.
I haven't done it yet, but I just make videos about props.
Somebody, and of course, I'm a big Gundam geek, right? So I come across all these Gundam model stuff. But there's
I
this,
bring Joe on the show, and all he's going to talk about is Gundam.
so there's this. I think it's an XS Gundam bust, and there's a pilot seat with the display, and it's a completely animated display
Oh, okay.
for the model.
For the model.
Yeah. Now
Okay.
it's big, like it's a big bust, right?
Right.
But yeah, I
But
thought
the
that was
displays
really cool.
actually are little
Right.
LCD displays. And
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So you can do a lot of cool stuff with screens.
One of the things I want to do is I have the shoe polisher that they use to make the PKE meter from Ghostbusters.
Oh.
I've got a toy one here that I found on clearance that you know, Felicia will be able to have for herself. But I've got, it's a little smaller than this, but I've got, it was a shoe polisher originally, an electric shoe polisher. There's a little screen in the front. In the movie, in the 84 movie, because it was 84, it's just a series of those big green LEDs.
Right.
And there's 2 arcs, and depending on the level that it's going through, one of the 2 arcs lights up and flashes in sequence on the 555 timer chip. I'm going to replace it with a small LCD screen that's used for like cell phones. I've seen someone do one when he made a 3D printed version for his son for a Ghostbusters outfit. Even though it's totally non-canon, I like the way it looked, and that's what I wanted to do for mine.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that
The
sounds
thing
cool.
about Ghostbusters packs and props is it very much can be customizable.
Chloe's saying, and I do agree, a good thing about Ghostbusters packs and props is the community embraces customization. It is okay to personalize the stuff and make it your own. If you're going to make a Ray stand stack, you better dang well make a Ray stand stack. Whatever. But pack. But if you're going to make one inspired by, you're now inspired by, go for it. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Ralph.
It's Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Hello, Ralph. How's the Netherlands, Ralph? Ralph says, hey, Odin Makes and Joe and all in chat. Walker Industries agrees that the Buzz Lightyear crystal fusion would be awesome, wouldn't it? I'd love that. That'd be great. And wait, I'm learning to heal. Wants me to do it. Any post open today? Asks Steve D. No. Did you happen to check the post office box?
No.
Not that I'm aware of. So,
Sorry.
No mas.
no mas.
I'll
Getting a
have,
fist
I'll have
bump.
to check it tomorrow. So.
Devi Brodzrak. I'm just going to read this even though we haven't. DeVry is asking, hey, Odin Makes, love your builds, but can you please make Fuse's ultimate ability from R6S?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, okay. Please, I would love this. I've asked every single video. Please, Odin, at least think about it. So, Fuse's ultimate ability. Okay, so Rainbow Six Siege is the Tom Clancy
It is a
Modern Warfare game, right?
It is a Tom Clancy strategy-based first-person shooter.
Tom Clancy strategy-based first-person shooter, which means realistic real-world weapons, right?
Yeah.
Now, the ultimate ability may be something different, like the zombie gun from Call of Duty. So I don't know. Just so you guys know, I'm trying to shy away from realistic firearms for multiple reasons. One of the big ones is basically I don't get paid.
Yeah.
If I put out a video that shows how to make a false firearm, or as Adam Savage calls it, a gun-shaped object, YouTube doesn't care. And my channel's small enough, it's not demonetized, demonized. It is restricted monetized.
Right. Which it might as well be demonetized.
Which it might as well be demonetized. Basically, any user who is under the age of 16, it is not promoted to, and any user who hasn't declared that they're over 16, it is not promoted to. So right off the top, I've made this video, I put a week's worth of work into it, and 2/3 of my audience will never be notified it exists.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is why I don't do those anymore, because YouTube makes it not fun.
Which sucks because there's a lot of really fun.
And a lot of the builds are easy from my
Yeah.
point of view.
Yeah.
A modern weapon is a box with stuff on it.
Right.
That being said, I do have a video coming up eventually of a Tommy gun. 1928A Thompson machine gun that I built for my family so they could do a Rum Runners 1920s themed parade way back in April. That'll happen eventually. But I know going up front that that's a video that will likely be restricted monetized. And I told them I would do it anyway, and it was a great excuse to play with the laser cutter. It was like the first laser cut thing. And then I made a promise to share one to Jerry Can Cosplay, so I need to make this Tommy gun kit that's all foam with a couple of other parts, ship it off to Ireland so he can put one together.
Cool.
I need to do that.
Yeah, you should.
Hey, so over on OdinMakes.com, we're going to be migrating all of the patterns and all of the things. In fact, we'll probably move the stuff off of Etsy onto OdinMakes.com. There's a few stickers and a few other things on there. We've got some older props we pulled aside. We were looking at putting up on Etsy, but I think we're just going to wait until we're ready to go on OdinMakes.com. But yeah, please, if you can, check out OdinMakes.com. It hosts all the current videos. We're going to have resources for where you can find the materials we use. I'm hoping to source alternate worldwide materials. I'd love to get like a worldwide database of where to find stuff. Like Lumen's Workshop in Australia, tigs.co.uk in the UK, as other places to be able to purchase foam and contact cement or whatever it may be called in your region. So I want to aggregate all that so it's easy to find. And I've been toying with the idea of selling foam kits. I don't want to complete things, but if I can tell Mr. Laser Cutter to and then it spits out a whole bunch of pre-cut foam parts that you guys can glue together like a model kit, would you have interest in such a thing?
So the prop that they are talking about from Rainbow Six Siege is essentially a puck that attaches to a wall like a bomb unit, like a C4 unit. So it probably wouldn't be something that we can make.
Oddly enough, bombs are okay.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. So Chloe's letting me know that the ultimate thing from Rainbow Siege 6 is basically a hockey puck looking thing that you, I'm sure there's a little more detail to it than that you stick to the wall. So now I'm picturing the landmines from Half-Life. But that you stick to the wall and then they get tripped somehow and blow up as bombs do.
Pretty much.
To my knowledge, bombs are okay on YouTube. It's just guns that aren't.
Right.
Because we're America. We make sense.
Yeah.
Michael Anderson saying, with Joe's love of giant robots, have you two ever considered trying to make an Evangelon?
Evangelion?
There you are.
We didn't talk about it because Avas are big, tall, and gangly, and neither of us are big, tall, and gangly.
Right. Yeah, there's a very... If you guys don't know, I've seen the mech suits. Imagine taking a mech suit and stretching the aspect ratio by like almost 1. It's sort of like an elf or Eldar mech suit. They are very cool, but they are not human proportioned.
Right, and so Gundams aren't human proportioned really either, but they're closer than Avas, and Avas are...
yeah, by a lot.
Yeah, they're... And that's not to say that you couldn't do it, or that we couldn't do it. I think that we would be a little bit ambitious and want to have stilts or something in order to get the proportions just a little bit more right. But it would definitely be a super deformed Ava with a big honking head and stumpy body parts. I mean, it's not off the table, right? But I don't think it's really on the page either. So... if that makes any sense, it's not on our radar.
It's not on our radar, yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph?
This step is literally grab a random circle you have lying around and glue it in the center of the cyclotron. Any old random circle.
Oh, I got a random circle.
Okay, good. What do you got? Perfect. Thank you, Joe.
So Ralph says, sure, you are big and tall. Joe just needs to sit on Odin's shoulders.
Now, there was a mistake that I made with making these.
Oh.
In that the open ports of the cyclotron here, these eyes, these should be 2mm foam, but I glued on 6.
Oh, okay.
Which makes them a little proud. So we might need to do a little more than just a 6 in order to get the space between the two. But that's not the first mistake on these packs, so who cares?
Oh, well.
The internet will just roast us. See those guys? What a bunch of hacks. They couldn't even make a proton pack right.
So
Right.
Following directions.
we were talking about scale. Wait, I'm learning to heal says you would want a person who is 6'4" and fairly thin.
Yep. Minimum.
Yep.
What you're looking for is Doug Jones. Or the poor actor that played the original Alien in 1979's Alien.
There you go.
I can't remember his name, but for whatever reason, he was kept separate from the crew to make it a little more edgy. Right? There was like this decent attempt to try and not make camaraderie between the actors and the suit actor. But what happened was they alienated the suit actor. The guy went into depression.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because for the whole shoot, he's miserable in this suit, wearing a head that's heavy and cutting his forehead, and he's completely separated from everyone else.
Oh, that's too bad.
Fucking hated it.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
We have a fan
Oh, I
from
think that'll
Brazil.
work.
We have a fan from Brazil?
Yes, we have a fan from Brazil.
Awesome.
Well, hello, Brazil. That is
I think
super
we can
awesome.
probably just hot glue these ones, right?
We can. I've been.
You want a contact cement?
My contact
We'll
cement, everything.
Contact cement. All right.
More glue.
More glue. So would it be better to contact cement to the center of the thing and then make sure it goes
Yeah.
on in the right spot, or?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wait, I'm learning to heal says directed towards me. Cool, EVA suit for you because I'm 6'4".
Right. Yeah, that'll work.
That works.
You do have the height, though.
I do.
Michael Anderson's requesting maybe an easier build since you're a great video making the Donkey Kong barrels, which is related to the Tommy guns you don't see. How about the luggage from Discworld? Okay, interesting.
I think the easiest.
And then I got Games Edu. So Chloe was saying Games Edu is hello from Brazil. I got excited. Hello back to Brazil. So hello Games Edu.
Yes.
Stay at Foam Dad Creations. That is a fantastic name. They alienated the alien. Yeah, they really did. Paul Joseph Herring is asking me to make the Predator's mask from Predators 2010. That would be awesome. I am excited for the upcoming Hulu movie, Prey. So there's a new Predator movie coming out.
Oh,
Really?
It takes place in colonial America or pre-colonial America.
Okay.
The Predator is after Native Americans,
Oh no.
who of course are hunters themselves, right? And I don't know much about the plot aside from that, but what they did do is the majority of the production crew were of nation. The actors were,
Good.
and there is a full native speaking version.
Awesome.
So it's not like dubbed. There's second takes on everything supposedly, and there's going to be a second version that is speaking Comanche.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the one
Oh,
I want to
that's
see.
super
I want
cool.
to see the
Right.
Yeah, I want to see the Comanche dubbed one.
Right.
Yeah, not dubbed, subtitled. Yeah, because I don't speak it. So
Right.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah. No, I'd watch that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at some point, White Man shows up, but hopefully they're just stooges for the to help show how dangerous the predators are. That's my hope.
Yeah.
Stevie says, Odin, with everyone telling you what to make, what is it that you would like to make? What I would really like to make, my favorite thing to make right now,
A sandwich.
a pina colada on the beach.
There we go.
Away from every camera I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow out my flip-flop and step on a pop-top or any of that nonsense, but a pina colada on the beach would be great.
So I wasn't too far off.
No. Way of Learning Heal agrees that I'm assuming the Prey movies they're talking about, that yeah, that is going to be awesome. Stephen Mills says, talking about Donkey Kong, that is what I'm 3D printing for Odin. Really? Seeing as I didn't get to keep the barrels. No, the barrels are in Idaho now with my family, as are the Tommy guns. So the little tiny town that they go and do this parade in. So my family, my extended family from Sacramento, does this convoy out to this town where my Aunt Maggie and Uncle O.C. lived. O.C. passed away, but Aunt Maggie's still out there. To do this parade. When they show up, they increase the town's population by 20%.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, they will reopen the bars if they show up. Because if no one's there, they just close and go home. Oh, the Abbotts are here? I'll open it back up again.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, all that stuff is still there. There's 2 big bars on the little street. It's one of those blink and you miss it towns. And my understanding is there's a real good chance that those Tommy guns are hanging up in each of the bars.
Cool.
That makes me very happy.
Very cool. So you've got your arcane Jinx guns hanging up in places all along Riot.
Oh yeah, in different Riot offices all over the world. Yeah.
And then you've got Tommy guns
hanging up in Idaho, which is 100% the right place to hang up guns in America is in Idaho.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah, very happy about that.
Cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Joe Lives, welcome back. What you don't understand is I'm from a different universe. So
it's 2014, yeah. Joe. Paul Joseph Herring's got a great question. Saying, Odin, I've watched your channel for a long time. How many builds have you done so far? I have lost count.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
I never even really... I did try to keep count. There for a while, when I was naming my files and I was archiving them, I was actually giving them a number. Here's number 1, Blue Shell. Number 2, Samus Gun. Number 3, the Lego builds. And I got up to like number 27 or something. Mm-hmm. And then things shuffled, where I had a video done, but it had to wait because I wanted something else to go up. And I kind of lost place. And that was, I think, 27... Because I've got all my projects. I've saved all my raw footage. I saved all of my edit files. I'm just hoarding all that onto external drives. And I think 27 happened somewhere around the 3rd or 4th drive for storing stuff. Later today, I'm about to go out and buy drive 27.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so there's a few projects.
well, I know that, 1.5 of those drives is a video that I made that hasn't been released.
There's there is that video. It's in a 4 terabyte drive. That's how much footage. It is a 4 terabyte drive. 1 project in it. Yeah. Joe made Ashbringer from World of Warcraft. Mm-hmm. And we started working on this just before the fit hit the shan. For Blizzard and all the shenanigans they've been doing for way too long.
Yeah.
When they finally had to face the music. So, did we put out a video that Activision owns them now, right? So,
Microsoft.
Excuse me, Microsoft.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that once the new expansion comes out, Dragonflight,
okay.
And maybe people will be excited to be them scaly selves in a video game. That maybe it will be appropriate for us to release that video. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah. It was fun. It was super fun to make.
Oh, Joe nailed it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, you did. It looked really good.
Thank you.
Floating medallion in the blade and everything else, and it had the body and the volume. Because of the poly count of Warcraft, which I'm not making fun of the game. It's just the nature of the way the games are done. You actually have the thickness to the blade, and it looks right.
Right.
I see a lot of, especially mass-produced props at cons. Keyblades are the big one. That the profile looks right.
Right, but it's
they're
not
paper
thick enough.
thin.
Yeah, not thick enough.
Nope.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure that the prop, and that's with most of the things I do, that it looks right.
Yeah.
That it captures the essence of what I'm building and not just emulating it or
right. Doesn't look good from one angle.
Right. And I know that like it's kind of the thing where you haven't been wanting to do an Iron Man helmet,
Right.
Because you're so worried that
so
you're
was.
gonna get it to look wrong.
I would have the proportions wrong, and
Right.
it would be derpy Iron Man instead
Right.
of Iron Man.
right.
Yeah.
So
That was just a running joke.
Now it's a running joke, exactly. Now it's just a running joke, and I just haven't bothered to do it. Honestly, what happened is Iron Man stepped out of the MCU.
Yeah. I mean,
that's not to say that Iron Man isn't still popular. I'm sure
Ironheart's
Man,
going to show up.
Yeah, I'm sure an Iron Man video would still be very, very
Yeah.
popular.
eventually.
Eventually. Joe and I are talking over Chloe and totally ignoring her.
No, it's okay. I'm in the background.
You're in the background.
Get back on your computer,
Fine, I'm
moderator slave.
Schultz Division says Raven is the best. Big heart. Eventually, leave a like on the stream from Schultz Division.
All right, let's see what we got here.
And Odin, Joe does look like Doctor Strange, so I think he may be from another universe.
I could do some Doctor Strange cosplay.
Me
That'd be fine.
Me and Joe were making a joke this morning that he looks like a variant of Tony Stark.
Yeah. So the joke was that I would be
A hippie version.
hippie Stark. Because we were talking about when I had a full beard, so not my beard as it is now, which is more Stark-like.
Right, you
But
used to have a big, full, bushy beard.
I had a big, full, bushy beard, so the idea was hippie Stark.
Right.
So like, yeah, I made this arc reactor in a cave with a box of scraps. Just riffing off of lines from the movie, and yeah, it was fun. So I could be hippie Tony Stark.
Sweet.
At a con or something. That could be fun too.
That could be cool.
I mean, you were Vacation Thanos, right?
Vacation Thanos was
Right.
awesome, yes. The one time I got to go to Dragon Con, I didn't want to bother to make the full Thanos armor, so I brought my helmet, I brought my Infinity Gauntlet. Princess Squib's brother actually picked up a Hawaiian shirt in Hawaii with the color, so it was purple, black, and gold. And yeah, I was Vacation Thanos. So,
Yeah, it's so
I just did basic face paint. I had gold aviator goggles. I did white like zinc on my nose. And I just walked around, hang loose with the Infinity Gauntlet with everyone.
Darren Calvin said that it should be called Phony Stark.
Phony Stark.
Phony
Okay.
Stark.
Phony
Hello,
Stark.
I'm Odin. And I'm Phony Stark. And I want to welcome you to Stark Industries' demonstration on the... Yeah, anyway. We got someone popping in a couple times. This is James Edu again is saying, thank you, Odin. We're a big fan of your work. You make several awesome weapons. You are a master of making. Repeat this and a word of this project you're doing in Brazil is called Cacas Fantasma? Caxias? I can't pronounce. Thank you. You just wanted to hear me butcher Brazilian Portuguese, right?
It would be really awesome if somebody just trolled you and just like I don't know, told you to say something just complete bullshit, like, but
Right. Rubber baby boogie bumpers.
right, yeah.
Or what's that pentabular tension torsion machine where you there's that video that's so techno-babble jargon, it sounds almost like it could be real, but it's not, and it's been around forever. Because it was done in the 60s, and it got redone in the 80s, and then someone else redid it, and it's, yeah. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, so if you guys got to remind me what it's called, that would, bizarre things with bad names that would be kind of fun to build. Kinda. The Flimsdiver.
Yep, I was thinking that. Yep.
Steve. Yeah. Shaggy Stark. Yes. So, glue a thing on, and then... He wants us to paint underneath it. Okay, this makes sense. So the instructions next is you mark, you want to paint underneath it because it'd be hard to paint once it's in place. So it is possible that we don't want to glue these on just yet.
Okay. Well,
But,
I did put the contact cement on it already, but
Oh, that's okay. We're doing the thing. Okay.
Oh, well, we could do that.
We can do that.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
that works.
So what we're looking at, we could probably do Well, you put the contact cement on. That's right.
I did, but whatever.
That's okay. Because this is supposed to glue on and then glues to the sides, and this actually reaches, right? Yeah, it does. That's fine. Good. It's like he knew what he was doing.
Sort of.
And it's like we followed the instructions correctly. But there is a concentric ring, looks like a cooling unit that pops off the front of it. And that is a bunch of 2mm pieces. Make a stack of 42s and 43s. I think I cut out all the 42s and 43s from the wrong thickness.
Oops.
So this may have to wait, because if we're cutting out...
We could do that next week. Oops.
Yep.
Oops.
Oops.
You never make mistakes.
I never make mistakes. I meant to do that.
I'm just glad you didn't throw it at my head.
I'm glad I missed your head. I had no intention of throwing it at your head. But I'm glad it cleared, and I like the fact that
it did make me blink. I wasn't expecting it.
I'm glad that wherever it landed, it seemed like it landed okay. I'm going to laser cut these things, but I'm not set up to laser cut, and I gotta spend the entire rest of the program hunting the parts to laser cut, or
we can just do it off camera.
we'll just do it off camera, and I'm actually going to be laser cutting a project here soon. I know the cutter's right here behind me, but the computer's upstairs in my office.
Ralph
So.
says that Joe looks like Steve because of the shirt that he's wearing.
Joe looks like Steve.
Steve.
Steve. Helping.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
And that is the last step for this video.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, hold the belt over the cyclotron and trace slightly around it. Now you know where to put paint. Glue the belt down to the center disc. Make a second disc alternating between 42 and 43. Use 7 42s and 6 43s. We're making 2 packs, so that's 14 42s and 12 43s. This is why I'm not excited about just cutting a bunch out.
Yeah,
we can, but...
We've got the laser cutter. Might as well use it. All of you guys at home, you guys can...
Buy a laser cut! No, it's okay.
Use the Cos tool.
Use the Cos tools
circle
tool.
cutter, yeah.
Which is totally cool.
Which is a great tool.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Wow. So
we're done
if-
right now, right?
if I had my act together, we would have been finished with this first video today. Damn it, Odin.
That's all right. I think the viewers will forgive you.
Oh, I hope so. So, yeah. There's a few parts that aren't on here because Felicia and I have been holding off on doing some of them because of concerns over wiring, concerns over painting. Like, the idea of not putting these on yet is probably good.
Yeah.
To spray them separately and then attach them because it will help out with painting.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I so would just want to hold it on there so I can see it, but I'm afraid of making it stick.
Here, let's do this.
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
So Akuma asks, what's your guys' favorite sci-fi movie? And I'm pretty sure I know Odin's.
Yep, pretty much. It's a monster sci-fi movie.
Yep.
We might need, yeah, still. Oh, wow, that floats a lot. Oh, there we are. That works out okay. Push it down and it works.
Yep. So,
Wow,
favorite sci-fi movie?
So, what was the person's here?
Akuma?
There it is. Akuma is asking, what is your guys' favorite sci-fi movie? And Chloe's guessing what my sci-fi movie might be. So, who wants to go first? Is it
You.
me with the obvious?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, my favorite sci-fi movie. Do monster movies count as sci-fi?
I count it.
Oh, well, Chloe counts it, therefore it's law. Tremors. Easy.
Yeah.
Freaking love Tremors. Don't know why, but actually I kind of do because it's a romantic comedy, it's a monster movie, it's an adventure movie. It isn't a body count movie. You have victims, so you know the monsters are real, but they don't go out of the way to kill all the characters. You have characters that actually problem solve and don't just be idiots. In fact, the original writer and creator of Tremors has his own YouTube channel because it was the first big budget film that he got to do. and unfortunately I'm totally blanking on Brent Maddox's name now. That's not his name. That's the other guy. But anyway, so on his dad came out with a brand new fangled VHS, home movie thing, and shot everything. So he's got a stack of VHS tapes of behind the scenes, and he's slowly piecing together and narrating some really cool, because it's the non-glamorous behind the scenes. It's not stuff you would put into, I only have half an hour, so I have to show the good stuff.
Right.
It's like, no, this is a 7-minute video about the catering. Here's an 8-minute video about trying to get the giant graboid and the air rem system to work so it can pop up out of the ground and try and bite people, and how it failed.
Wow. Oh, that's cool.
It's great.
Wow.
So yeah, Tremors. If space, probably Star Wars. Television, probably Star Trek.
I think for me, in terms of movies, there's so many good sci-fi movies.
Right, it's hard to pick. As I say Star Wars, I realize, Terminator 2 is probably better. There's been some other way better sci-fi movies more recently. Hard science fiction is great.
So if we're talking recently, my favorite probably is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I need to see that.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. As much as I really loved Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I know a lot of you don't like it. I really liked it.
No, it was great. It was a Sam Raimi film. I knew what it was going to be going into. It's a Sam Raimi film.
Yeah.
Just like I knew what Rogue One was going to do because it was a Gareth Edwards film.
Oh,
You didn't know.
I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that would probably be, that's my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Like over Empire.
Yeah.
My favorite Star Wars movie. I love Rogue One.
Yeah.
But Everything Everywhere All at Once is, I think you could have thrown elements of that movie into Doctor Strange.
Okay.
And it would have made that movie even better. It's because it was the madness that Multiverse of Madness didn't have.
Multiverse of Madness just had it in name, so it said "Mom,"
Right.
which is okay.
Multiverse of Madness was a borderline horror movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we all knew that going into it.
I actually didn't, surprisingly.
Okay, so talking TV. Let's see, sci-fi. Favorite sci-fi TV. I'd probably have to go Star Trek.
Yeah.
There's
just so much.
For me, it would probably be either Next Generation or Deep Space Nine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, those are well written and rounded films.
Right.
I'm a big fan of the original series due to nostalgia.
Absolutely.
Because that's what I grew up with, and that was the only Star Trek I had other than the cartoon for a decade, more. More. But I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, and then I think that covers it, right?
All right, pretty much. Chloe, you want to sing out with something I can repeat,
Yeah.
or you just project?
I mean, my favorite sci-fi movie, aside from anything Marvel related, is probably.
So, favorite sci-fi movie from aside from anything Marvel related?
Anything Marvel related. I'd still have to go with like Star Wars Empire. It's basic, it's great, it's classic.
Star Wars Empire is it's basic, it's great, it's classic. So for Chloe's vote, favorite sci-fi movie is Star Wars Empire, which
Would you consider Ash vs. Evil Dead sci-fi? Or would you consider that more fantasy?
Both.
So a good question is Ash versus Evil Dead, the television show?
The television show.
Not Army of Darkness.
No.
Is Ash versus the Evil Dead sci-fi, fantasy, or horror, or?
Well, you've got a mechanical arm that works, so that's a big sci-fi element. But then you also have like the fantasy,
Deadites.
right?
Yeah, and demonized cars.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And it's Sam Raimi, which makes it okay because it wasn't all Sam Raimi. But a couple episodes were directed by Sam Raimi, just like Multiverse of Madness. There is a really fuzzy line between sci-fi, fantasy, and whatever.
Yeah.
You enjoy it, perfect.
Actually, other than Empire, my favorite sci-fi film is The Mist. I just realized
Yep.
that.
So that could fall under sci-fi because it is a horror,
It's about
but it's not. The favorite movie is The Mist. This is a Frank Darabont's take on Stephen King's short story called The Mist, where something goes wrong on a military base and a bizarre mist engulfs the land, allowing things from an alternate dimension to come in and terrorize the town. So basically, giant insects. And you got people that are hiding out inside of stores and things. And they can't go outside because giant tentacle creatures will bite them or reach down and pick them up. Or you have football-sized mosquitoes that come at them, and spiders that spin webs of acid and stuff like that, right?
Oh, wow. I've actually never seen this film.
All that is in the book.
Okay.
Basically. I'm about to spoil it for you.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's an old movie.
yeah.
Go
It
ahead.
is an old movie. In the book, the final heroes manage to get into a car and start driving off for safety. And as they drive along, there's no end to the mist, and they're driving between the legs of giant six-legged Brachiosaurus-type creatures. And that's just kind of the way it ends. They're in search of safety.
Wow.
And that's just kind of how the book ends. Frank did two things. There's a character who ran out early on. She ended up being the mother in Walking Dead, same actor. She ran out early on in the film when everyone told her not to go out into the mist. You never see her again. And then all the heroes pack into the car and leave just like they're supposed to in the book. And they're driving along, and same thing. They're not finding an end. They're not seeing anything. I think the car has problems, or it hits something, or there's an accident, and they stop. It runs out of gas.
Okay.
There's 5 people in the car. They have 1 revolver, 4 bullets.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So the main hero,
Mercy
kills the other 4,
including his son.
The
Nuts.
fog lifts, an army truck drives by with mom in it.
Oh, no.
That's how it ends.
And that's how the movie ends. Stephen King says he wished he wrote that version.
Yep. It's a great
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
a great
Wow.
It is, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep.
Crazy
It's
good.
nuts. The movie's insane.
The
but
movie is insane,
It's a really, really greatly done movie.
Yep. I like it a lot. You can tell.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Odin's tearing up over this movie.
I like this movie.
Yep.
Because it is a beautifully ugly thing. It is
Yep.
wonderful.
It has one of the most tragic endings to any horror movie I've ever seen.
Yep. Has most tragic ending to any horror movie
Sounds like
you've
it
ever
is a
seen.
cinematic masterpiece.
It is.
Oh, it is.
So,
It is. It's
we'll
also a cheeseball B grade movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
we'll have to sit back and have some pina coladas
Yeah, there you go.
and watch it.
okay, I like it. Santa Cruz, here we come. Schultz Division has to go. Thank you for hanging out, Schultz. Appreciate it. And remember, everyone, leave a like on the stream because feeding the algorithm feeds the Odin. So please, all hail the algorithm.
All hail the algorithm.
DJ Stumpy says that they also love the Everything Everywhere All at Once movie with a little nod to Goonies with his bum bag.
Burn bag.
Burn
Is
bag.
it bum bag? Bum bag? Bum bag.
It says bum bag.
Yeah, bum bag. Yes.
Well, it's
Right.
because Data had the teeth that shot out,
Yep.
right? So okay,
Yep.
nice. Frank Darabont wrote and directed The Mist. Yes, he did. Frank Darabont also did The Green Mile, and which is another Stephen King short story, and The Shawshank Redemption.
Yep.
Both great movies.
Yeah, all great movies.
Yeah.
So Frank's version of Stephen King films are the good ones.
Yep.
Universally. Are there other good ones? Yeah.
Christine wasn't that bad.
The new It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I understand it wasn't that bad.
We have a super chat.
We do have a super chat from Chase Who Kills, a $5 super chat, saying, "Since you love The Mist, I'd love to see you make the Petri dish from The Thing."
Ooh.
I also love The Thing, but that's not science fiction to me. I think of it as a horror movie, even though it starts out with a spaceship crashing.
Okay.
It is a John Carpenter movie, The Thing. It is a remake of a 1950s movie that is a version of a 1940s book of Who Goes There from John C. Campbell. Desi Arnaz was the Thing in the original Thing movie. He was a vegetable creature.
Okay.
So, let's see. Sticking with Desi Arnaz for a minute. So the 50s version of The Thing is notable for having the first full burn body shot in a movie.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
the stuntman is in this suit that they tried to put together to make sure he's safe. Never done this before, right? So how are you going to light the monster on fire? Oh, we'll give the actors gasoline. And that's what they did. So the actors threw gasoline on the stuntman and lit him on fire on set.
Wow.
Dude held his breath inside the suit. Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's nuts, is what Chloe says. So that was the so John Carpenter did a remake with Rob Bottin. It's a fantastic rubber monster movie. It is a fantastic rubber monster movie. The Petri dish. Once they determined that in this version of the thing, it's an alien that takes over your body cell by cell, and like with humans, if we get hurt, we lose cells, we lose tissues. It doesn't matter. We bleed. It's fluid. Whatever. The thing, every individual cell has the desire to live and escape. And they all mimic something to look like something else, but they still have... So, as a test to see who out of the human crew is actually the creature in disguise, they take blood samples from everyone. The thing lets this happen because, he's trying to hide. And then McCready, the hero, heats up a wire, holds a Petri dish, sticks it in the sizzle. You're human. Sizzle, you're human. And, of course, he starts to get relaxed and goes, okay... And then the thing freaks out on the couch and is flopping around. Yeah, it's a great scene.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Best jump scare in the movie.
Cool.
Ruined!
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot of horror movies.
Oh, God, I love monster movies.
Yeah, I just don't.
Horror movies I haven't watched so much of. I've seen most of the Texas Chainsaw. I've seen most of the Halloween. I love the first Halloween.
I should say monster movies because I don't watch like those kinds.
Yeah, I've seen Scream. I've seen you
Who
start
hasn't
going
seen Scream?
Right. You start going into the horror movies where it's basically just humans torturing humans.
Right.
I'm really not into that genre.
Like Saw.
I haven't seen. I've seen. Scenes. I haven't seen Saw.
Yeah. Escape Room. That's another.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen Escape Room or Panic Room.
It's pretty much the same thing as Saw. It's a rip-off Saw film.
I saw The Cube, and that was interesting. Yep. But, not my thing. Don't want to spoil it, because I've been trying to get you to watch it. Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, I want to see that again.
Oh, yeah, I need to see that.
Cabin in the Woods is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Another Chris Hemsworth film.
Yeah.
But
don't spoil that one for me.
But that's also a nuts film.
Yeah, it is a nuts film. Yeah, that is a... Yeah, that is a chef's kiss film.
Yep.
And those I love. I love monster movies. I don't know, because it's not people being jerks to each other, and I just don't care for that for entertainment.
Right.
It's
And a lot of horror movies is exactly just that.
Exactly just that.
Yeah.
And every zombie, as a trope, I enjoy zombie movies not because I like zombies, but because I like apocalypse movies. But unfortunately, they all start doing the same thing. Once the characters know how to avoid the zombies, are no longer a threat. So now you have to introduce the jerk human faction. Mm-hmm. And I don't like... I stopped watching Walking Dead for that reason.
Yeah.
Like, can we just have more zombies? That's what I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Just do something creative with them,
Right.
No.
Mickey Rat asked if you've ever seen the movie The Fog.
Oh, hell yeah! That's an early John Carpenter film. Mickey Rat's asking if I've ever seen The Fog. So I'm going to immediately jump to the 1981 Fog with Adrienne Barbeau and John Carpenter with the pirates in the mist that come to the... was it New England? No, it was... it was like a Portland town. It was the northwestern shore, so it was really weird for pirates to be there. But so the fog rolls in, and the ghost ship Fog comes in, and much like Pirates of the Caribbean, they're after their stolen gold, and they end up going after the pastor in the town who's the crucifix was from their gold and whatnot. But it was an early. Was that Rob Bottin or was that Rick Baker? That was. I'm not sure now which one it was, because one learned from the other. But one of the things they did, so 81, no digital effects.
Right.
In order to make the zombies scarier and interesting, because you're only seeing them in silhouette in the fog, they took small pieces of shiny brass and stuck it into the makeup. So when they turned, it reflected the light back, and it looked like they had holes through their heads.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yep.
Nice.
So the original Fog was great. The remake was a steaming pile of in dumpster fire. It was that was a Class A effort in bad editing where I got to do foreshadowing. So you've got two people fighting on a boat, right? So they're on a boat. They got a fillet knife because they're doing the fishing thing. So you got this knife. So they go out of the way to show you the knife again, struggle, show you the knife rattling back and forth, struggle, show you the knife because you might have forgotten about the knife. Struggle some more. Now you got 2 cuts without the knife, and then there's a knife. So it was really bad.
That sounds pretty bad.
It was really bad. Yeah.
If you haven't noticed, Odin is incredibly passionate about films.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, you used to do a monthly.
I used to do a monthly gathering. We called it Cinephiles, and we would watch films and roast them, and it was so much fun.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Aliens vs. Predator is a trash film, but God, is it fun! Right, the first one in Antarctica where they find the queen tied up. It's a trash movie, but it's a lot of fun to watch. Aliens vs. Predator 2, they let the fanboys write it, and it was edited by somebody who did movie trailers. It's like, here come the space huggers. They're scary, remember? Boo! It was horrible. Oh, and by the way, there's this whole sequence where Kane in the original Alien took like all day to gestate, basically, maybe even longer, to gestate between being infected and having the alien burst out. Then the alien had to grow up. Yeah, that's too fucking long. Let's just do it before dinner. Oh, and by the way, here's this thing that's the size of a loaf of bread, and now it's 8 feet tall.
Wow.
Because physics.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, cool. Bernie Davis is saying Boots to Reboots is a great show on YouTube, and I suggest everyone looking it up. Ralph Mork is laughing. This is like movie night with Odin. So I've actually was talking about this recently. Apparently, I really lucked out in a way. Not only was my dad an engineer and an inventor and a creator of bizarre things and a mechanical problem solver, right? Mm-hmm. So I grew up with that.
Right.
And the realization of, you need it, build it. Because he did all of his work in his head, we would go to the movies a lot because then he could stop working, right? Because he could disconnect, relax, and then after the movie he could talk about the movie or do something else and stop working.
Right.
I saw a ton of films in the theater growing up, and it doesn't occur to me that not everyone did that.
Okay.
And then and this is also well before cable, this is before VHS machines, right? So going to see them in the theater was the primary way to see them until they eventually came out on that newfangled HBO channel, or you saw them all cut up on the ABC Movie of the Night.
Oh, God.
Sunday night movies. Then I grow up a little and move out, and I make friends with the person who hands out the free passes for the radio station. So I show up and give her an 8-pack of Dr. Pepper bottles, back when they would do such a thing. And she would give me passes to go in and see movies. And Ellis and I saw a ton of movies that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, all sorts of things. And so I continued. And then Joe Gillis managed a movie theater. Mm-hmm. Now I'm not paying for movies at all. So yeah, seen a few movies. Most of them in the theaters. Great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Paul Joseph Herring says Scream 6 is coming 2023.
God. So Paul who?
Paul Joseph Herring.
Oh, Paul Joseph Herring is warning us that Scream 6 is coming in 2023. Does that mean we're getting Scary Movie 4? I mean,
Scream's the same movie over and over again.
Scream is the same movie over and over again. That's kind of true for a lot of those. The first Scream was good because it was Wes Craven and it was turning horror movies on its ear and the rules of horror movies against itself. I'm not sure Scream 6 is going to hold up.
Nope.
It might, but I don't think so. I'm not excited for it. No. And if you are, that's great. Enjoy it, please. House of the Dead. Yeah, Wait on Learning to Heal. The first Rob Zombie movie, right? No, House of the Dead. That was House of a Thousand Corpses. How was House of the Dead? I saw House of a Thousand Corpses in the theater. That was interesting. And Michael Anderson suggesting, since we're so big into roasting films, I should make Tom Zervo and or Crow from MST3K. I looked into the parts I needed to make a Tom Zervo at one point and found some of them, but then I think I got distracted.
That happens.
Yeah,
happens.
Mickey Rat says he wants to see Alien vs. Predator vs. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Dale and Tucker.
Oh, Dale and Tucker would win. That'd be great. So Mickey Rat wants to see Aliens vs. Predator versus Freddy versus Jason versus Dale and Tucker. So I really like the Aliens vs. Predator the movie, and I really like the Freddy vs. Jason movie. Freddy vs. Jason is the best Nightmare movie and the best Friday the 13th movie, and fight me over it. It's great because it didn't take itself seriously. And that's 100% what that movie needed.
Yeah.
You've got a mute, unstoppable, zombie-ish killing thing who's literally got a truckload of pipes thrown at him that pins him to the ground. And he somehow struggles his way through them against a dream demon. I'm so glad they didn't take it serious.
Good.
It was a great movie.
Plus, you got like one of the best lines ever from, I believe it was that film, the "It's a boy." Wasn't that from that film?
It might be. I don't
think it was
remember.
that
The line, "It's a boy." Is that from?
I think that's
I'm
from
not
Freddy
remember.
vs.
It's been a
Jason.
while. Because I saw that one and I loved it and wanted Ellis to see it, but Ellis hates horror movies, so kind of stopped watching them a little bit, which is okay.
Oh.
Good. Michael Anderson says, I think it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. Yes. But they couldn't get the rights to Evil Dead because Universal had it for Ash versus the Army of Darkness. And Ash, the character, got tied up. Which the same thing's happened to Tremors with Universal.
Universal? Come on, guys.
That they ended up taking the Tremors franchise away from Stampede Entertainment, and now have got it locked up in such a way that nobody can do anything with it.
So...
Now, Universal also made The Thing. But, they made a sequel to that, which they screwed the pooch on, but,
It doesn't make sense to me why companies tie things up like that, because... I mean, Sony did it for years with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And now look at Sony. They're
Right.
making buckets with the new MCU Spider-Man movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're still trying to have hissy fits over, no, we don't want to do this anymore. It's like, guys, you got the #1 movie. What the hell?
I know, right? Yeah.
Bernie Davis says, I still want Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
I think Ash would take Jason. I think
Pretty easily, actually.
Yeah.
Ash should be able to take Jason pretty easily because Jason is not fast like a Deadite.
No.
Strong like a Deadite, but not... Yeah, so, Freddy
Might be more difficult.
might be more difficult
But-
because he's non-corporeal. Yeah.
But also, Ash, while he has, demons, he's very, unpredictable, so I think he might be able to fight something like that.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that Freddy would
No.
win. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. What would be great fun is if Ash's hand shows up. Bernie Davis is wondering if the Rob Zombie Monsters movie will be any good. I hope so. Because the monsters were fun, and it was a weird, wholesome monster show.
Yeah.
Kind of quasi-wholesome, but I hope so. I'm liking what I've seen so far, but yeah. Oh, House of the Dead is a movie made by someone whose name I can't remember, Mr. Bull. It's based on the video game of the same name. It was an arcade game that later became a console game, deals with zombies. Okay. House of the Dead. Right, all right. Is that yeah, okay. I'm not sure if I saw that one. There's another one. With there's the video game where you could grab any object and turn it into a weapon, and then they turned that into a movie, only they didn't do very good with it.
I don't know what...
Yeah, I can't remember. It's Dead by Daylight, I think?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Dead by Daylight. And
Yeah.
That's a ridiculously popular game right
Yeah, well, the Dead by Daylight is a great game. The movie was not great.
Yep.
It was the script was written on a cocktail napkin, and then they got it wet. Dead Rising. Okay, that's what it was.
Dead Rising.
Stephen Mills said, Universal made a terrible Fantastic Four movie that never ever got released just to keep the movie rights.
Yes, and you know who produced and directed that movie?
Say it.
Roger Corman.
Oh.
Yeah, Roger Corman, king of the B movies. Roger Corman, How I Made a Million Movies or 100 Movies in Hollywood, Never Lost a Dime. That's his autobiography. Yes, I've actually read the version printed on vegetable matter. Roger Corman did things like Battle Beyond the Stars and Android and what were some of the other ones? He did the original Little Shop of Horrors, and he did a whole slew of Edgar Allan Poe movies where each production, they would build portion of the set. So the first one is this very plain, looks like a stage production. And they did the Edgar Allan Poe story. And then for the second movie, they added to the first set with the same budget and did the second movie. And then they did it again. And they did it again. So by the time they got to the Pit and the Pendulum, it was a freaking lavish set. He decided to go on vacation and take time off in the Bahamas. And he's down there and realizes, man, it'd be so easy to shoot here because the sun's perfect. It's always perfect. And it's nice. I need a monster movie. So he wrote a pirate treasure movie where you have people who are enjoying themselves in search of this supposed pirate treasure. You have your bad guy pirate faction who's also trying to find the treasure, and they're both being warned off by locals by the legend of the sea monster that's protecting the booty. Anyway, hijinks ensue, and the end shot is the monster sitting on the chest in the bottom of the ocean laughing because he won.
So it's essentially just Indiana Jones or Uncharted, but more than that.
Sure, yes. Pretty much. I got sidetracked. I was getting excited about Fantastic Four. So, Fantastic Four, they needed to keep the rights to doing it, so it went to Roger Corman to make a movie. $4 million budget in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Star Trek The Next Generation in the late 80s had $1 million per episode. $4 million for a movie. It has a really good Thing costume. It has a physical foam rubber Thing costume.
Yep.
All possible compliments end there.
Yep. That is the best thing about the movie.
Yes,
Yep.
it is the best
and it
thing about the movie.
It amazes me that it got a sequel. Or are we thinking about the same one?
No, that's one that came out later. That actually made it to the theaters. The Roger Corman one never made it to the theaters.
I've seen trailers for that.
You've seen trailers for that.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
that's that's with the Reed Richards, who's like 20 years old with white paint in his hair to make him look old.
Wait,
Right.
there was
Yeah.
a trailer,
Okay.
trailer for it?
Yeah,
I never
There
saw
were
that.
theatrical trailers for that movie.
Oh,
Yep.
I had no
remember
idea.
that.
Yep.
that. And I remember seeing him, and I'm a kid at this point.
Yeah.
Right? And
Oh, it's trash.
yeah.
It is one of those great bootleg films you can still pick up at San Diego Comic-Con.
I didn't realize that movie actually came out.
No, it never did. It got buried, but they made the movie and they put the trailers out, which is all I had to do to
Right.
successfully keep the rights.
Oh, I've seen
And
photos.
so then the stuff that came out later, same issue.
Okay.
Yeah. But that first one, when Mr. Fantastic needs to stretch, they're back from doing their space experiment. I don't know if they were looking at the sun of that one as well or not. I don't remember. Care to. And they're wearing their silver Mercury capsule spacesuits, right? So they crash land. Sue has something fall on her, needs help. So Reed does the stretch thing. And what it is they've just got a ton of sleeves shoved up the dude's arm and they pull a wire to just... It's like, we did that for a music video here in the studio with Felicia Martin. Different Felicia from Cali.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's...
think Martin's in the studio today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think I saw her.
Super
earlier.
chat.
Super chat from Stephen Mills. Can you remember if Magnificent Seven in space called Battle Beyond the Stars? I just talked about it. Yes, and it literally is. So another Roger Corman film, one of the early James Cameron films. He did matte paintings for it. Was a movie called Battle Beyond the Stars. It stars the guy who was John Boy from the Waltons. He's the hero.
Okay.
Yep. So you get a nice, sweet-voiced, baby-faced hero.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Battle Beyond the Stars is a retelling of the Seven Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
It has no shame about where it came from. What's fun is if you play an old Sega Genesis game called Star Control, it's Battle Beyond the Stars, the video game.
Okay.
Because all the races, because you end up picking like between 8 different races, it's all the races from the movie, including the Valkyrie race, which in the game is a raccoon race, whose big super attack is to explode.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's-
I so want to play this game.
Because that was her big thing. I'm going out in glory, yeah! Boom!
You don't understand. My favorite unit in Warcraft 2 was the Goblin Sapper.
Okay.
And the Goblin Sapper explodes. That's
Yep.
all they do. It's like the Zerg
Not the Zerglings, but the Zerg...
Baneling.
Okay.
Yeah. They just explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're not nearly as fun.
Yep. So that's them. But then there's just all sorts of things. Anyway, yeah. I do remember that movie. Oh, yeah. Also, one of the big things of that film that it's kind of known for, the main ship that John Boy flies around in, I can't remember what the ship's called, but it has breasts.
Okay.
Yep. You look at the ship and go, oh, that's a double-breasted ship. One of the things Roger Corman did that we ended up imitating in the sets we built for Till Death Do Us Party, which is Guru Guru's video we'll talk about in a second. In order to make sets cheaply, this is the movie Android, you got a spaceship. You need to have lights under the deck of the spaceship and all this grid work that goes over it that make these lights look neat.
Right.
So they're fluorescent tubes, and they went and stole a truckload or more of milk crates, ran them through a table saw, and so they had this 6-inch tall milk crate. They would set down with the underneath it, and the top of the milk crates was the grid that was on, and that's how they put the lights down the side of the hallways.
Oh, cool.
And then for the padding on the walls, since this was done at a time when McDonald's still had styrofoam containers, they went to McDonald's and bought a couple sleeves of 1/4 pounder containers, glued them to the wall, and painted them. So now you have this kind of soft, like square texture on all the walls. Yeah.
Right. Cool. That's awesome.
Super budget stuff.
Yeah.
Super and not kosher. But Joe Gillis with Beyond Geek, I helped out with, he had a science fiction puppetry show that was a concept that was trying to get made with some other people. That concept kind of fell apart as creative things without direction does. Joe was trying to keep it on course, but herding cats doesn't work. Anyway, we ended up using those sets for a Groovy Ghoulies video called Till Death Do Us Party. And that at the time, his mom was going through cases of Diet Pepsi. And so she would get the 1 liters that would come like in an 8-pack with this funky looking milk crate type case that had a bunch of circles in it.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of those from her, and that's what we hung in the ceiling to be the ceiling lights of the hallway of this science fiction set.
There you go.
So somewhere within Beyond Geek, it could be thejoegillis.com, I'm not sure which, Till Death Do Us Party has been re-released in high definition, or as high definition as you get from a standard definition video. And it's just a song with the Groovy Ghoulies called Till Death Do Us Party.
Cool.
They're flying the spaceship. This big Uber dog character crashes into the ship and does this dumb slow-mo walk down the hallway, because the hallway's not very big, hallway set. And there's a gunfight, and then they round a corner, and then Kepi, the hero, really got into it. I swear, Kepi's your size or smaller.
Okay.
And I'm wearing elevator shoes, and this big... And he had to jump to try and get up and pretend like he was punching me. And he got so into it, he ended up breaking the gas mask and like knocking my helmet off. And
oh no!
It was great. Some of those shots made it. It was great.
Oh, good.
And if you watch closely, the rest of the band, you've got Scampy and Roach, the guitarist and the drum player. They just start busting up once Kepi starts really getting into it. They can't keep a straight face. It's great.
That's good. Funny.
Mickey Rat says, I love that video so much. Yeah, Mickey's worked with Joe Gillis. He totally has seen that. Because Mickey Rats was... you did the burner barrel video with that group. Dang it, I can't remember now. With Danny Renoso. And yeah, you're in that video, right? But anyway, I love that one. It's all the lyrics is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they all play. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the whole video. And,
that's awesome.
And it's the guy doing different things. It's a one-take video. With the main lead singer is very clean-shaven, and he's just doing different things. The band pops in around him. It's goofy, but it's one take, and it's good.
Fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
I can't remember the name of that band. I feel really bad because, like, one of the guys in the band is watching.
It's towards the end of the stream.
It is towards the end of the stream.
It's lunchtime.
It's okay?
So, it's okay.
It's okay that my brain's failing? I pulled up a lot of dumb trivia. I want to thank everyone for coming by for my pod stream where I don't actually build anything, but I talk myself hoarse for 2.5 hours.
We built something.
We did.
We did this. Yeah, see?
We did this. Look at what we accomplished.
Well, I mean, you and Felicia built all this stuff.
Right.
And this was already pre-cut and done for me to glue together.
Joe, I really appreciate the help today. I appreciate the company.
You're welcome.
Definitely appreciate having you come out on the stream and help me fill up time.
Absolutely.
Entertain people, honestly, as I'm excited from around the world. That really is a weird, huge kick for me.
I think it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, we've got people in Europe watching us, and it's nighttime.
And
they should be going to bed.
We probably have people in Australia watching us where it's Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Time travelers.
So a big shout out to all my time traveling friends who are watching this as a playback. If you're watching this all the way to the end, you are a super watcher. You are a super person. Thank you so much for making it this far. And please know that even though at this point in time I don't know who you are, I am absolutely talking to you who watched all the way to the end on the playback. Thank you so very much. Felicia will probably be back next week. We're going to be working on, getting some circles cut out and glued together so we can finish the last step of the first video for this. And we're going to start watching video 2 and see what we need to do. I know there's the wiring harness. There's parts we're going to have to order. We're going to have to start worrying about the electronics. So we're actually going to potentially move on from foam.
Wow.
Finally.
Wow.
Yeah. It only took 7 months. But, there's going to be lots of different ways you can drag out a 30-minute project to fill up way more than half a year. But this is how Odin makes. How's that?
I think that worked.
Okay, that worked well. Honestly, guys, thank you all for watching. Huge thank you and shout out to my Patreons who seriously support the channel. They get an extra 45 minutes in the beginning of every stream most of the time. And they make this show go. So the people who give me direct monetary support through Patreon cover the bills for the studio that I'm in, and they make this show go. If it wasn't for you, I would have been dark a long time ago. So thank you all very, very much. Hugely appreciated. But I'm not trying to leave out all of you other viewers who are watching too, because you guys outnumber the Patreons, and I need you guys to watch this stuff, to like the videos, to feed the algorithm in order to make things grow and be better. So thank you all very much. Super heartfelt thank you.
Yep. And if you want to become a patron, just go to patreon.com/Odin Makes. You can gain access to
the base. There's multiple access levels.
Right.
The base level will always get you early to the live streams, and when we have a video done early, you'll be able to see the video early. Like the Tommy gun video, whenever that gets finished, that'll be posted so the patrons can see it. But then that video is going to sit in reserve until a week where either I'm traveling or sick, and then it'll get posted. But the patrons will get to see it as soon as it's done. Mm-hmm. But then there's multiple levels. The Discord access level.
Yep.
This is where you get to talk with us one-on-one on Discord. Chloe, Joe, myself, Felicia, Shock Gremlin, Ellis, we're all on Discord. You can talk to all of us and ask us questions. And also, that is where we post the game code for our Among Us game that happens every Friday. We will be playing Among Us this Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, so you'll need to adjust from your placement on the rock. But Joe will host that, and in order to keep it patron members only, the access code is only shown in Discord.
Right.
There's also the Minecraft access, because we have a private Minecraft server that is hosted and run by Joe and Chloe. I'm there a lot. Shady practically runs the server as far as creating content.
Right.
That dude is working on his second village and is making giant sculptures of all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Shady Land is a wonderland to go and look at. And so that's really a lot of fun. And then for those of you who are deep pocket, want to help support members, there's the I want to give more level, which is just thank you. And I've actually got 5 people at that level now.
Really?
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's
really cool.
That's really awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really special.
So thank you for making it all the way to the end and letting me go through the... If the Odin Makes is supported by viewers like you, because Patreon is totally a PBS model. But anyway, guys, I'll be back next week. Joe will be hosting the Among Us live stream on Friday. I've got a video coming out this week. I'm going to miss Wednesday, but it'll be out this week. And if you're going to be at the California State Fair, drop by in the evening and watch me take the wrong camera and make it go out of focus at the wrong time, because that's what I'm doing every night. Thank you all. Good night again.
Bye.
I love I got to click 2 things to make it stop.
Yeah. All right.